podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot
David Felman Productions
to get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it.
Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. BoxingVoice.com to get to where I got to. BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. It is Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday, even though we're on lockdown. Can't really do much, but we could go on some walks. We can enjoy the air. We can enjoy the company of our loved ones while they're still here. COVID time is a tough time, I know. We're pulling each other's hair out at the moment right now. We're dying for some fights, but we bring you good news. Well, I guess bittersweet, right? Some bad news mixed with some good news. Seems like someone decided it would have been entertaining to create a parody account of the CEO and president of Bare Knuckle Champions. Then they thought it was even funnier to put out said tweet from fake account, really tearing the internet on fire. No one bothered to check that this guy was a fake, because what has to be said is that the $20 million is real. What isn't real is that Tyson and Shannon Briggs have agreed. That was a parody account that decided to play with our emotions and feelings. And I'm very upset. But Miguel Cotto brings us good news, as he's put in a proposal to stage boxing in Puerto Rico. So Miguel Angel Promotions doing his thing to bring us to the isla, and I'm excited to discuss it and the possibilities of whether or not I will be trying to somehow be part of that promotion. Let's talk about it. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Add us on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let me head on out too.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Legs to the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from there. There's no one that can match.
Champ! Good morning, y'all. Get your cup of coffee ready. If you're across the pond, get that cup of tea if that's what you fancy. But we've been duped. They played with our hearts. Don't cry for me, Argentina. It's nothing solid. However, the $20 million offer is solid. And we have some hopes of something, coming from this. A lot of people have come out to say that this isn't a good move. It's older men, and they've taken shots all throughout their years and stuff like that. So, there's two sides to the coin, or three. But Enrique, what up?
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw a fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jazz. You my boxing voice.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to have to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes. It's my pleasure, it's my honor, as you know I like to say, to be me, the legendary baby. Fake Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs, Bare Knuckle fight, and Miguel Cotto. events in Puerto Rico. We still got to fly there and go cover up and shit. So I don't even know how people proposing, throwing an event somewhere out of my town, So let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. Where is? I heard our old rumors are saying that Mario hurt his wrist writing rhymes.
Yo, that's funny. That's funny. Good morning, y'all. What it do? What it do, man? Let me pop up.
I just finished running. I'm making a shake. Did some curls this morning. Half-ass workout.
Curls? Oh, you trying to get the biceps right?
Let's chop it up.
Whoa, who with the playback? Doomsday.
That's Dooms. He writing notes.
He always want to play the playback and be in a YouTube chat instead of focus on the conversation.
I got Tiger wilding right now. I'm my neighbor's dog.
Tiger
no, seriously.
Curveball.
Yo, so listen, man. We gonna start with the fake account, man. It really ruined the momentum that this fight had. But I think that what BKB sees is that the world is interested. I mean, there was all types of stuff, right? Like $99 for the pay-per-view. So,
right.
You know what they say, and they've been saying, all news is good news, right? Like, bad publicity is good publicity. So, like, yes, it was fake, but I think that the powers that be got a feeling for the world and how desperate they are for a return of Mike Tyson. Now, I want to add that this just continues to entice the older generation. Lennox Lewis took to his Instagram and said, well, I've been training too, with a emoji of a wink. James Toney did an interview or an Instagram live, and he's like, bruh, don't count me out. If y'all fighting, I'm fighting. So
they all coming out.
They all coming out. Evander already announced a comeback and said, I've been training. So, like, this, regardless if it was fake, started something. And maybe for Tyson, he could get an even better opponent than a guy like Briggs. But I would still like to go to the Briggs route because those other guys have that, long-term pedigree.
So what is this? A senior charity league that we're gonna start now with all
I mean, that's poking fun at it.
Yo,
man.
why make it a charity league? Ice Cube got the 3 for 3. I ain't know nothing about that. He paying dudes. Why these dudes can't come back and get paid? If they're more marketable at this age, whose fault is that? It's your fault. You, the up-and-coming fighter. You, the current champion that doesn't garner enough attention from us. Is it our fault that we're attracted to a 53-year-old? Or is it your fault that you're not doing your job?
Michael Moore is another name who came out also looking gray, but still not like a grandpa, not like the average grandpa. But, he should get in that mix because he's talking about he don't have any more money or how much money he had to pay to make money.
Feldman didn't come out and say anything else about this, did he? About it being
all he did was say that someone created a fake account that was not them. He did not announce that the deal is done.
So the offer
real,
for $20 million?
The real Feldman came out and said that the last Feldman lied.
But wait a minute, but the first offer was $20 million to fight one of the Bare Knuckle roster guys, right?
That is allegedly still real.
All right. So he was still gonna consider fighting like Sonny Williams, all these other, rugby players.
Well, that was the deal. That was the deal from BKB to Tyson. So that allegedly is still real. What isn't real is that both parties accepted the terms. That's what's not real.
All right. Well, there's a gleam of light there, right?
There is. And what I'm saying is that he now has all this information. I mean, the internet went crazy. He can easily take that data, and show potential sponsors like, look at the interest. Corona, get behind this. Hennessy, get behind this. Look at the interest. We broke the internet yesterday with a fake account. Now get this, it's even crazier. I feel like the fake account wasn't fake. Yesterday it didn't say parody. No. Honestly, check my conspiracy.
You got to hit him with a soundbite on that one.
Check my conspiracy. Yesterday the fake account didn't say it was fake. It didn't have the word parody. Second,
and it had a lot of followers.
No. Second, it's got 1,000 something, like 1,300 followers, and it only follows like 200. So now this morning, in the wee hours of the night, the president of BKB has a new account, and I'm calling it new. I'm calling bullshit. He got a new account with only 200 followers, and he's saying that the dude with more followers is a fake, and that ain't real. Maybe he leaked that shit to get the fire going, to get the sponsors and the potential investors like, oh, damn, let me cut him a check. There is interest. How the fuck you got less followers? You the real dude. So you want me to believe that you the real guy, but you got less followers than the fake guy?
It was definitely fishy. And when I first saw it, I hit the second one where he was saying it was fake. The other one was fake. I was just like, man, could it be he just did this? But like, are we going too deep into it, or
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Or is this a very slick ass move? Because like, there's nothing there to stop you from making a fake account.
And there's no legal, like, where's the legal ramifications for BKB if this is all orchestrated by them? Who's gonna sue them? Who's gonna do anything besides some crazy YouTuber making up a conspiracy?
It's all good.
Podcaster!
Look,
Podcaster!
I've been following the Mike Tyson comeback wave, not the whole promotional offer account. But I'll say this, if the fake account made that much noise, they should get hired.
Man,
for real. Hey, yo, if it was Rick Ross, he would have hired him. You know what I'm saying?
He gotta hire him. Ricky Ross should hire him.
Yo, so the one that put the fake news out, I guess. Let me see. Bare Knuckle Fighting. I would like to announce that both. So it was the president's, not Bare Knuckle Fighting, but the president's.
I said that. I said president and CEO.
Twitter, right?
Yeah, president and CEO's account. I never distinguished Twitter or Instagram, but yes, correct. Twitter account of a fake president with more followers than the real president.
Okay.
Now, I will say this. The real president, people follow him that I follow, that I know, like journalists that I know, like Mike Woods, et cetera, you know what I mean? People, so the real one could be real, but I didn't even bother to check if the fake one had the same people following him because everyone was duped. It wasn't the boxing voice, it was every outlet.
Yeah, all professionals, they said.
I mean, the clip that I'm playing right here, if you're looking at YouTube, the ring walkout video that you see on the left, this is Antonio Tarver's repost. You know, former champion, the one that knocked out Roy. Like, everyone was duped. We all thought we had the glory days back. You know, everybody loves Shannon, and they, you know, even though Shannon's a repeat offender, we love him, like, because he created Let's Go Champ. He has that, you know, that friendly, you know, outgoingness of him, and we want to see him win. We know he needs that payday, you know. We know he wants that money. He didn't chase Vlad around the world for anything, you know what I mean? So we want him to get that shot. Same thing for Tyson. We know everything he's been through. We remember the prison time. We remember, you know, Don King destroying his career and him losing all his money. We seen his books, The Untold Truth, or everything. Like,
it's fake, right? But it's crazy how none of them. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't see anything on social media get sent out or anything saying that any of these guys said something. Like, if somebody says told Enrique, like, me and you was gonna fight, and then, you know, you found out that it wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Well, I lost myself in my thought right now. Sorry.
Nah, you're just saying that, like, maybe one of the guys, like a Shannon Briggs, is gonna be depressed now because he finds out it's fake.
Well, if he knew it wasn't real, why he didn't say something? That's what I'm trying to say.
Why would Shannon? Shannon didn't know. Shannon posted every single thing because he was pushing it. He didn't.
Oh, so he was duped too.
He probably didn't listen. I can't confirm or deny, but I'll tell you this: you think he cared if it was a fake or not?
I know. How about Mike?
The traction that it got supersedes the fake account. Like, it picked up too much traction. Like, comedians, verified accounts left and right. You guys don't, you know, stalk the internet. I do, for the benefit of you and your entertainment, and I bring you back all that information. And the amount of verified accounts that we're running with this, I mean,
so this fake account is really a hero.
He's a genius. 1,200 follower genius, bro.
That's why I said hire him,
bro. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of social media. You know, my man only had 1,200 followers, right? But I'm gonna pull it up. Hopefully, I can find it. Actually, I think it's in the pre-pro, right? Because I want to pull it up to get the exact a number of retweets and things like that. Like all that is important. You know,
I'm pretty sure it did just as close numbers to the video that Tyson put out, him hitting the bag. It was just all
no way. It didn't. It didn't. No. It's only in the thousands. But here we go. I found it. No, this is actually the real one, and he's gained since this morning. He's gained about 40-something followers. This is the real guy. Maybe the other one already got suspended. Oh man, that was fast. Let me tell you something. There's over 700 tweets about Mr. Feldman in the last hour. I'm telling you, these are the analytics that he can take to potential sponsors to show the level of interest in this fight. You know, okay, I found the account. He's still out here. My man got 4,317 likes and 898 retweets. But think about how many non-retweets and eyeballs seen this and wrote stories from this. You know what I mean? Assuming that this was the real deal.
So where does this go now?
Listen, look at the first comment. You are a bad person to do this. Bad. Karma coming your way. And the fake account says, karma these nuts in your mouth.
No, they didn't, did they?
Swear to God. But look, the funny thing is that it's like, yo, bro, he did the right thing, man. Like, he got us ready to pay. We ready to pay, bro. Like, I don't understand. This is the same conversation I had with Eddie back in the KSI Logan Paul day before he actually took it. My interview said, like, bro, you don't see the money here? You know what I mean? Like, how does Bob and Oscar are not sitting here like, whoa, we need to jump all over this. All over this.
Hell yeah. I mean,
I think it's... Go ahead.
Now, what I'm saying is that now, like, this little creature's become a monster now, you know what I'm saying? And now we have James Toney, Lennox Lewis, Holyfield. Now they could stage.
Doggy, that sounds like the big four of the heavyweight division.
No, what that sounds like is what Ness said the other day. Boxing having a what is it called? Like in golf, seniors.
Yeah,
Not seniors,
Masters League. Masters
League. My bad. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Don't do a charity. I don't understand the promoter that's sitting right now, the Impact Network, the Showtime that's dying for fucking views and subscribers. Excuse me, because they flagged us yesterday for too much profanity. So we must refrain from profanity. Any profanity on your call is gonna get your call automatically cut.
Fudge.
No repeating this.
Oh, fudge.
That being said, I lost my train of thought because of the whole profanity thing. I hate waking up to like depressing news about.
I know. Is that what you were showing me, Ness?
Yes.
Damn. All right. I'll watch myself as well. Chee! But you were saying that now I was saying that it was transformed into another monster, and then Mario said that. What did you say, Mario?
Masters League.
Masters League.
Yeah. So I was saying, why charity, bro? Like, why isn't a promoter seeing this? You could imagine the UK did what is it called? Something fighter, and it was like 4-round fights. What's that called? Does anybody remember?
4-round fights.
Do not remember.
It was 4-round fights, and guys actually developed from there and go to the big stage. You guys don't remember this? All right, whatever. Nope. A UK guy will definitely tell us when they hear this. Calito, talk to me. I remember the logo is like black and yellow or gold.
It wasn't in the UK. It was everywhere. It was called Tough Man.
No, hell no, not that. That's not even sanctioned fights.
Well, that was black and yellow.
Real boxing. But whatever. I'm sure Calito or one of the other UK guys will tell us in the future. All I'm saying is, if I'm Bob, with the money of Bob, the resources, ESPN, all that, I do the big four. Now we got to find another name for Old Timer to add to the big four. And then the undercard. It's the same thing all over again. Undercard. They do a big four-round tournament between yesteryear's Hall of Famers. Undercard. Shakur Stevenson, Michael Conlon, all your guys that need exposure. Like, why they're not jumping on this? Why? Is it too expensive because they're too old? I mean, too known? Is everyone going to want $1 million plus? I don't know. But They have to find a way to make this work. You telling me Lennox Lewis wants to come out? You talking about Me Too? Then you got James Toney. Like, someone needs to take this and run.
I don't think Bare Knuckle Championships is going to be the home, though. This has to stay within our sport.
Yes. Bare Knuckle Champions should not. I agree with you, Doomy. I mean, we should not allow it to be. That's the last resort for us as combat fans, right? I'll generalize us like that in case it lands there. We can watch it, but I'm with you. Bring it back home. That's why I'm begging one of these promoters to pick it up.
Who's the perfect match? You see Al Heyman considering something like this?
Honest to God, because I want everyone to do good. DAZN, they need American subscribers. Their goal is American subscribers. You put the big four. Those are the most nostalgic names in America. You got Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, James Toney, Evander Holyfield. You were there. You were in Las Vegas. I thought it was fucking Floyd the way people were mobbing Evander. I had no clue. Because to me, like, yeah, I love Evander. I watched this fight. It's amazing, all that. But I don't go crazy. I mean, I don't go crazy for anybody, obviously, because I've been doing this too long. But I just didn't expect people to go crazy for Evander.
Yeah, they was on him. They were
going crazy like it was Justin Bieber. So I'm like...
Lennox too had his shine going, man.
And that's what I'm saying. How are you DAZN or Impact or dying Showtime? Imagine what this would do to Showtime's career. Revive it in the boxing industry.
I see. You know what? You mentioned DAZN now, and I do see Eddie Hearn as being the one to take the step. I mean, he was the one that took the step with Logan Paul, and I see the young promoter in Eddie Hearn, dipping his toes into this, man. This could be really good for DAZN, and the subscriber base would be huge, man. Mike Tyson just has that world attraction. They're working on a game too right now. Eddie Hearn, just a little off note comment, man. That's how diverse and open minded Eddie Hearn is. He's willing to just open anything that has to do with making the sport bigger. He's with it.
But think about Eddie. If he jumped on this idea, bro, he could bring back Nigel Benn, right? Isn't he in that weight class, or am I wrong? I don't know nothing about UK dudes.
Nah, Nigel Benn ain't a heavyweight.
Oh shit.
He's a middleweight, probably.
Who do they got other than John Fury? I vote John Fury into the league, even though he don't got the legendary status. I vote John into the league. But really quick, Carlito hooked us up. He said it was Ultimate Fighter. Ultimate Fighters, those 4-round fights. That's what I'm saying. You could do something like that, bro. Ultimate Fighter. Carlito, tell me, what was the dude
like
from
the UFC?
No, Ultimate Fighter. It was a boxing thing in the UK where they just had like 4-round fights, multiple fights, and then, dude, whoever won got graduated. He would end up with an Eddie Hearn contract and shit.
I'm assuming they went out of business because the UFC sued them.
Yeah.
Right? Because
the
fighter. Like, whoa.
I mean, I don't know who came first.
No, but isn't UFC like Ultimate Fighter Cage or something?
But they have that show. They have that TV show where it's like they take like 2 coaches and then they pick teams and they fight and the winner gets a contract for the UFC. You ever see
the coaches fight?
And at the end the coaches fight. You don't remember that? Kimbo Slice and yeah, it's called The Ultimate Fighter. That's what that TV show's called. That's why I was tripping. I was like, whoa, wait.
You had me. He took his MMA status.
I know, right? All right, that's it. From now on, I want y'all to call me Rampage Jackson. Apparently, there are no consequences.
Well, Intrigue says it's a gimmick. It'll work for one fight, and once people see it not being competitive, no one will want to see it. I don't know what he means. Yeah. I don't know what he means. Like, how could it not be competitive? Like, it's just gonna be slowed down slightly. Their reflexes are slower, they move slower, but they still on each other's level. It's more about who's deteriorated more. I don't understand that. Yeah. Maybe I need you to elaborate, champ. Maybe there's more to your comment. But while we do that, let's shift to my good friend Miguel Angel Cotto. I got a Cotto soundbite somewhere around here too. But Miguel Cotto Promotions has submitted a proposal to bring boxing back to Puerto Rico. They only did about 4 shows last year. They are on lockdown. Obviously, they are a U.S. territory as well. So all they're doing is going through the necessary, I guess,
channels.
Yes, to see can they get things approved to bring boxing back to Puerto Rico as early as August. But the catch-22 is, even though Puerto Rico is a beautiful island with beautiful water.
La Isla del Encanto.
La Isla del Encanto, exactly. Where you can picture just vacation-like time and boxing. Boxing fans are not invited. So, yeah, Puerto Rico's beautiful, and they might get some fights because they're going to go through all the necessary, safety precautions that they need to. Everything that I read, to paint the perfect picture, and assuming you listen to the show every single day, it's going to be just like Nicaragua. The referee,
perfect description.
The referee is going to have to change his gloves and mask per fight. But everyone's going to be wearing gloves and masks. Everyone's getting tested the week before, which I don't think is good, unless, I missed something and the test results come in quicker. But I thought the 2-week thing was like a thing, so I don't know.
Let me ask you, because I did see the story, but you threw in that little part about it being a U.S. territory. That doesn't mean they have to they don't have to wait for our orders, right?
Well,
our orders don't extend to them. Do they?
Remember that our orders really don't mean shit, right? Like state to state, we're doing our own thing anyway. So if you look at them as a state, the other state, right, is what they're called.
Yep.
Yeah, they're allowed to do their own thing too. It's look, there's a statewide ban, but it's also up to the discretion of everyone's, I guess chain of command. Think of it like, damn, I want to stay away from this topic because this could also be the reason that yesterday's show was flagged. But think about it like Prop 19, right? That's the actual name for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's state to state, but federally it's still illegal. So, and that's probably why we get flagged for talking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, I was gonna say, like, man, they don't even get to vote in our elections. Like, yo, we treat Puerto Rico so terrible.
Bro, I mean,
or at least this administration does.
I don't even know how he's trying to bring boxing back when they haven't even recovered from like the numerous and recent forget hurricanes,
earthquakes.
Oh, earthquakes too. Yep.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, the minute that it's there, I'm in there like swimwear. Like Puerto Rico is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. Temperature's perfect, water's great, music, food, and boxing could only just be like the cherry on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, as long as, like you said, as long as they go through the proper channels, governments, local, and they take all these all these precautions. They say they're gonna be spraying. And I don't know if anybody's caught videos on the internet of like, especially in China, where they had like a backpack full of that liquid to just to sanitize, and they're just kind of spraying everybody. All that stuff is gonna be going on. So it's like it's all a matter of is what you're gonna put in place gonna be safe for the people participating and the public, and if that's okay, it's just a matter of public perception.
The issue is getting this approved by August, when August is very close to the predicted second wave, right? Like I stopped following it already, but isn't the second wave like September?
Yeah, it's supposed to be worse.
The fall is the next wave. And
November.
People are saying, "Oh wow, they're speculating worse."
It's not speculating because it's basically facts based off like past pandemics. Even though they don't know too much about this stuff, and this thing could like mutate.
I say speculating because people are still making plans for September, November, December. Businesses, governments, sports, and entertainment. Everybody.
Everybody's trying to find a way to continue. The economics, bro, like of their business. If not, they're doomed for failure. They gotta I was having a conversation with my girl. I can't believe the amount of restaurants that now deliver, not Grubhub, not DoorDash, not none of those rinky-dink app where a stranger has your food in his lap or his passenger seat. The actual restaurants have now hired and invested in delivery systems for their businesses. Like Applebee's never delivered. It was, to go, curbside, and then Uber Eats and DoorDash. All those, miscellaneous things. Go ahead.
There's a Fridays next to me. They have curbside. There's restaurants that are doing well. If you were good, not saying Fridays is bad or good, because I'm sure people go there and celebrate birthdays and pop bottles.
Not Enrique. Y'all heard that, right? That was the bougie.
What I'm saying is there are a lot of restaurants that you could just call in and go pick up. That's their new form of business.
No, but that's you losing money. If you trying to make me go to you in this pandemic, how many paranoid people? I'm not leaving the house. Right? And I know if you're that paranoid, you might not want to get delivery, but let's assume they're that paranoid, but still, order out. You have to adapt, like I'm saying these restaurants have, and now everyone is delivery. Not Uber, none of that stuff. Actual delivery by the restaurant.
Bro, restaurants are doing well. They're not losing money. If you the scared type, they don't want your business, bro. People aren't scared. The people that are scared like that never went to their OCD. They don't even they ask for a hot cup of water and dip their spoons in it. Cinco de Mayo, there were all kinds of restaurants open. I ordered Chipotle for my kids for the novelty, and that shit had a line, but it was order only. So I had to go back home, order on their app, and go pick it back up. So people are doing well. Restaurants are doing way better because they got less staff.
I'm just saying that you think that's better. I think the restaurant that you had to go pick up is doing slightly worse than the restaurant that has pickup and delivery.
Yeah, if you got both, that's,
you know what I mean?
Bro, I went to Root Chris, right? Steakhouse. Yeah. I ordered and picked up. Had a $25 surcharge. They don't deliver. People are on there buying their beef.
But Champ, but I can't believe you're trying to make the argument that they're not losing people who don't want to go out. Like, why are you still grabbing onto this argument?
Because that's still hypothetical. Who don't want to go out?
Plenty of people that just don't want to go out.
How many people in your household don't go out?
Okay, what about the people that don't have cars? Households that don't have cars that drive the fucking Clifton to Roof Chris. Stop it, Enrique.
They don't go to that restaurant. If they don't have a car, they don't go to that restaurant.
All right,
period.
Champ, you won.
Champ, you won, Champ, because you trying to tell me.
Yo, but I take the path. Why I can't go there?
Yeah, you gonna get on a train during the pandemic. Like, come on, man.
Yo, 4 people on the panel right now. This is how you get the answer. Do you
I'll
go
tell
pick
you.
up or do you deliver?
I know everybody's gonna hate me for this, but I agree with both of y'all. Like, honestly, I'm dying to get to the gym. I'm dying to, but I swear to God, I'm not really gonna go nowhere. Like, I don't go to bars no more. Like, I go to 2 places for real.
Doggy, you taking the conversation somewhere else. He's asking you, do you order? What do you prefer, to order and pick up, or order and get it delivered?
Delivered.
I'm gonna tell you. All right, that's a mindset, right? Because
yo, you hear him? You just keep pushing the goalposts back, man. You pushing the now it's a mindset. First you ask for us to do a voting, and when they don't go,
it is a mindset though. It's definitely a mindset.
It's all a mindset. What you said is a mindset as well. What I'm saying is, I went to Chipotle. They said, "Nah, you can't order here. You have to order online on our app." I called my son. I said, "Bad news. We got to order." He said, "Grubhub." I said, "Hell no. Put it in. I'll go pick it up. I'll go home, and then I'll go back and pick it up." Because I prefer somebody that's not touching everybody's doorbell not to come to my place.
Look at Mr. Extra OCD. Now, let me explain what I led this entire conversation with. That businesses have adapted, and they are not using Grubhub and Uber Eats who put the food on their passenger seat. They have hired people for their businesses to do delivery strictly for Chipotle, strictly for Applebee's and Blaze. Like, these are things that I am seeing. They have now fired people, like you said, but also hired people to do delivery. That's all I'm saying. And they are getting all that money. Not the people like you who like, yo, I'm going. And if I'm like, no, dude, people rather call and just wait.
Word.
I wouldn't leave that money. That's like those restaurants or businesses that don't have debit. I hate that. I get the whole you want to report what you want so you can keep things cool, but like you're losing money. How many people don't have cash and have a debit card?
Yo, but what places don't take card that aren't in the hood? Like, you're in the hood, you're gonna go to, like, I guess y'all would call them a bodega. We just call them something a little different.
Chinese stores. Yo, Chinese stores don't got Chinese stores don't. They ain't doing debit.
Nah, hell nah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I go, like, okay, my brother and my cousins cut my hair now, but when I used to go to the hood to get my hair cut, bro, I would take like at least $60 with me because I knew if I was gonna get a drink, I was gonna have to pay cash. I knew that, whatever was down there, like most of the time I got to use cash.
It's funny, bro. I'm right there with you. I've been cutting my hair with my dude for almost 20 years now, and it took like 10 years of me harassing him for him to put a portal. Like the day that he got the contactless thing where I could just hit it with my phone, it was like a party in the barbershop. I'm telling you, because these dudes are so like behind the times. I will never in my life open up a barbershop and not have every form. I'm taking Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, everything.
But I will say this: I would prefer a badass cut from a badass barber that only takes cash, as opposed to a mediocre barber with a mediocre cut that'll take whatever.
I hear you, man. But my barbershop will be decked out, and pool tables, all that good Dominican shit. We ain't gonna have whack barbers. Dominicans straight edge you to death. We
Anthony
the nastiest.
Santo playing in the background.
Anthony Santo in the background, and somebody with a straight edge piping you out. And no homo. I know someone in New Orleans thought that's some East Coast shit.
When you know what I'm saying?
That's some East Coast shit. When you getting your lines all right with them.
Piped out, man. Come on, chill, champs.
Yeah, man. They automatically. I get it because I guess in the South or the Midwest, pipe. I mean, and I hear you. Pipe out could mean like somebody giving you some brain. Somebody giving you some brain. See, but we say that different. Like we say head or brain. We everybody got different slang.
But some people be like, yo, I piped her out.
Yeah.
True.
Pipe that out. Yo, you know what's crazy? Cash is on his way out. Cash is on his way out.
Who?
And I don't mean casual. Cash.
Oh yeah, like, cash, currency.
cash is on his way out.
Physical cash.
Yo, they praying like 125 billion a day, bro. That's like 5 World War budgets every day. Like this money's going out the window soon.
See, that's the difference. Somebody said piping down. No, not piping down, not piping up. It's
pipe down.
You out. Like barber pipe. All your lines is straight edge. I mean, look, East Coast thing. We gonna move back on. We talking Cotto, bringing boxing back to Puerto Rico.
Yo, and I was gonna cut it. I don't want to cut you off, but in the midst of all this conversating, I was thinking about like, damn, all right, La Isla del Encanto, it's an island. Why not in DR?
I mean, I think
why not any of these islands?
I'll tell you
Jamaica,
why. As far as DR, is always going to be the economics. Now, this is what I don't understand about not staging more things in DR. I guess it's just logistics for the fans, but you got to figure why everyone sources to a third world country. There's so many call centers in DR because there's like dozens of, not dozens, way more than dozens, thousands of people that speak, that are bilingual. So they handle the calls over there and they can pay them less. Same thing for everything, bro. It's like I said, an American dollar is like 50 something bucks out there. If you go out there with a large amount of cash, you can do anything. You know what I mean? And a promoter can do anything. But I guess it's how do you recoup that when $1 is worth 50 of their dollars? So I guess it would only work from like an industrial standpoint. Like if you were needing something built in DR, you pay them their hourly rate, which is like $600 a month. You know what I mean? And you get that China work. But what do you need built in DR? Then you got to worry about importing. I don't know, man. It's going to be difficult. Damn, I'm in the burbs. Look, Red J right out the window, like, tweet. Yeah, damn, he red as hell, too. That's crazy, looking like Daredevil right there.
That's the Cardinal. And again, I was just curious because, is doing it in the island, the remedy to making it more safe for people that are going to be there, and the production crews and all that, is the heat. What is the heat making things safer? Is that why these island mentions are always being put out? You know what I'm saying? Is it really making things safer by
it's
going
definitely,
to
you're surrounded by ocean and air, right? So like definitely better in terms of nothing staying stagnated, right?
And if it's like that, then shit, man, you could do like a promotion where you just make it. Go ahead.
It's not the heat. It's the heat. All right, it can't survive in the heat, but it's the person that carries it. So I could go to DR asymptomatic, no fever, nothing, sneeze on you, boom, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So
why the
it's not the
production.
heat, it's the person that transmits it and travels with it. That's the hard part.
And like, there's pretty much people that had it in Puerto Rico, I'm sure, right? We had COVID cases, so it's
Hell
like,
yeah, sure.
let's just say that I'm part of the production crew. I get tested. I go out to Puerto Rico, and then somebody out there that I have contact with who is asymptomatic gives it to me anyway. So
yeah,
it has to be like a strict, like, I travel from the States.
It's
to
all
the
about
location.
budget, because depending on the budget, right? And thinking you can keep this in budget, you have to source the entire crew. So in Puerto Rico, you outsource them because there's always going to be contact people. So those people that you're hiring in Puerto Rico need to be tested before you land, and then your entire crew needs to be tested before you land, so that everyone is 100% negative, and then they just do a in studio, no audience show. It's that simple.
With like beds for and rooming.
Brother,
for
you're
people.
gonna be quarantined. The clean people are quarantined. You're being delivered to something that's already cleaned and sanitized. The people you're in contact with have already been tested. So you rule it out. You have to hire everyone and test everyone.
There's gonna be restrictions lifted, right? So you don't really have to quarantine. They're just gonna go by word of mouth. It's gonna be like, yo, you feverish? Nah, take your temperature. A medic will take your temperature. Boom, he's good.
I don't know, because look, Nicaragua's not. I wouldn't compare Nicaragua to us, and they were using thermal guns. So we gotta come.
That's fine.
We gotta come a bit more correct than them.
In Wuhan, they're using heat. What's those heat with the seeking, like the Predator, the body
thermal imaging.
Thermal imaging to check your body temp when you enter the subway.
Word,
you know
Predator
what I mean?
shit.
But it's all gonna be a risk, man. That's why they say the second wave's gonna be deadly, because we gonna just open up softly, and even if I don't have a fever and I'm part of the production crew, I'll go home. 3 or 4 days ago, I received it, and now I passed it on. I wasn't showing any symptoms, but after the event, now I'm sick 2 days later, and I'm blaming the event when I really caught it 2 days before the event.
What you think they were spraying people in Nicaragua with? Because it's like we don't have a cure, so what they hitting you with?
Be negative.
Lysol.
They sprayed you down, your clothes wet, but there's no cure. So what they hit you with?
Hold up, it's sanitizer. They're saying it could be killed or out in the air, but it can't be killed inside your body. So they're spraying your body with some kind of sanitizer.
There's so many formulas, like ratios of alcohol to water, and like there's a whole bunch of stuff that they can do that can kill the virus.
The airlines. I was watching the news last night after the show, 11 o'clock news. The airlines, they were showing them spraying the seats with like this fogger thing, and showing that you cannot fly without a mask. You know what I mean? They were just showing highlights of the plane getting cleaned down and sprayed. So.
How much has even people even dared to travel? Like, I seen like little commercials on the news, like clips and stuff, and the middle seat being empty, and it's still not 6 feet, right? Like,
it's far from 6 feet. That's like a foot.
You're still like a foot and a half, 2 feet.
Look, but also they're saying they're only gonna sell 60% capacity of the planes. So
60, yeah, that's every. Out of the 3-seat row is only two. So they took a third out, about a third more.
People still ain't happy about all that neither. Like I've been seeing a lot of people protesting about the restrictions. Like we're about to open up our gym a week from Monday. That's like guaranteed.
What protesting in what way?
Well, because they're only allowing a certain capacity. Like the gyms are only getting 25%. Like the salon owner was on the news, and they were like, "Yo," she was like, "I got a salon and I got a clothing store. It's like fashion type shit," and she was like, "I can't have more than 2 people. That's over 25% occupancy." So
welcome
that's
to a new world. Or get
exactly.
sick and die. Like, come on, that shit sound crazy.
Yeah, I know.
There were people were protesting in New York because there was some arrests. I don't know what the arrests entail, but the cops are like throwing punches.
They was beating the hell out of them people in New York. What was the real story behind that?
I don't know. They were like protesting about like that's the new stop and frisk. I don't know the details. They were protesting about something was essential.
That looked like it was the '60s. The way they had
I saw that.
The clubs, they was beating the crap out of people.
I ain't seen that.
Listen, I only didn't know it was back in the day because everybody had masks on. Can you believe? Imagine how sick you are, and then I don't mean sick, sick in the head. That during these times when we supposed to be careful because anyone could be carrying it, I'm about to get in a fist fight with you. Like, it's not only the people, but these cops, man, they got out of control. Like they had masks on.
Y'all New York cops been out of control. Like. And listen, that's a topic for Untitled. I know, I understand, but bro, like I see video all the time. Like LAPD, they've always had a reputation, but New York cops, like, god damn, like there's some shady cops in certain precincts. Like,
where you think all these series come from? All these
I would say cops. Period.
Not cops. Period. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant like specifically certain precincts in New York. Like you see it, I see it on YouTube like all the time. They're just like, watch, this dude's walking. They've been following him in a car or something. Like the cop's gonna come, and sure enough, they pull up on him. I'm like, what? Like, how did they know that was gonna happen? Like,
it's the good, the bad, and the ugly, Mario.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, I drove to Texas.
Yo, come on, you don't hear my?
Yeah, I've been heard that. I'm waiting for you to cut.
That's from Menace to Society. Don't drink your juice in the hood. Like, what's really good, yo? When I got the message. We didn't even remind everybody that in 6 minutos, translation minutes, 6 of them, we will be having heavyweight Chris Lovejoy. I know everybody wanted me to get him yesterday and do the whole, party with Freeway, but nah, let's. Freeway had bad audio. Let's see if we can talk to Chris Lovejoy.
You talked to him? You talked to Chris already?
Nah, keep it organic, champ. I don't do all that funniness.
Well, I just didn't know.
I just text him, like, okay. Yo, we need to get you on. He's like, cool, let's do it. Like, we can't. He didn't even hit me like, yo, what you told Freeway? He was like, yo, Freeway just called me. I'm like, yeah, man, he live on the show right now, so you can tune in and listen for yourself. I ain't said nothing. I just left it like that because it's true. I ain't said nothing but what he told us. If there's an issue, it's on Lovejoy's part because he the one told us he ain't have no manager.
He said that.
And, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yep. Now, Chris Lovejoy is a heavyweight. Man, he probably out there asking, like, He
from Long Beach.
You know what I'm saying? California. Where he from? Long Beach.
Or he lives in Long Beach.
All right. And I don't know. He's 19-0, so I'm pretty interested. 19-0, 19 KOs. Like that's pretty good. Even if you're coming up, getting molded into the future champ. It's pretty good. He's 36 years old. For all those guys out there, he's known as the pretty boy.
Never too late.
You know what I'm saying? Never too late, especially the heavyweight division, right, Mario?
Yeah, you got that strength. And sometimes, like, it's that man strength. Like, I know that sounds weird, but y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, you develop that man strength over time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen, like, 50-year-olds, like, super strong. Like Mexican relatives that I have that are, like, from Mexico. Yo, they keep working till they're like 72. Like they were helping my grandpa the other day take out a bunch of boxes. And I'm like, oh man, they just keep putting these boxes. Yo, these boxes were like 60 pounds. And I was like, they got them on each shoulder. I'm like, what? Yo, these dudes are crazy.
Well, but yeah. He ain't 50, but he 36. I'm actually older than him. But
oh yeah. The Sergio Martinez, how old was he? when he started super late.
He started at 19 though, not super late. You know what I mean? He was in his prime or in the height of his career super late. That's why his biggest fight.
I thought he was still playing soccer at that time.
Yeah, but 19 is when he started. That's a quick Google search. That's old news. Fucking hell. Fucking hate that. Damn it, bitch.
I could have sworn he started later than that.
Nah.
Because I remember I heard and I was like, damn, I wonder if it's too late for me to become a black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, you're interested in Jiu-Jitsu, man?
Yeah, I'd say I've taken Jiu-Jitsu for like 3 years. I never got my blue belt, but you know, that was more about funds and anything else.
What? I was same here. I did it for 6 years, man. I never.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I did an MMA for 6 years, bro. I was just gym rat.
That's what's up.
But I never.
I did the MMA a little bit, but I like Jiu-Jitsu better. Because I would go to boxing gym too. So
they popped my knee in Jiu-Jitsu, man. You could get really hurt in Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh yeah, bro.
If you ain't rolling
every day for a month, every day, and it was like clockwork. Like I would roll for like 6 minutes, and they would be like, "There's Munguia going to the bathroom," and I would just be puking, bro. Because at the time I didn't know you shouldn't be drinking caffeine before that type of cardio. Yo, I would just pound like 2 Red Bulls and then walk into class all jacked up and. Wow. Yo, and then I would just puke every last bit of it up.
Nuh-uh.
You a puker? I never puked.
I'm not
out.
really though. Just it's.
You never pushed, then,
I'm not.
Nah, I pushed, bro. I pushed so hard, I got 8 stitches in my knee.
He said you never push, Cash. Damn.
You ain't never
Some
throw
people
up.
just got that weakness. They throw up. They lack oxygen. They lack good
Cash.
I'm not gonna lie. I was really severely overweight
Cash,
at that.
Bro.
Yo, you could push. Yo, you got superstar athletes, bro, that do this for professionals, bro, that'll tell you they threw up. When you push to that level, bro, it's crazy. And then when you come back the next day or after recovery, you could go even longer. That's passing those thresholds, champ. Ain't nothing wrong with throwing up. Or you
throw
weak.
up. Give me the reason why you throw up. Tell me to push why you throw up. Explain the math to that.
The body's reached its maximum capacity of energy, letting out the energy.
So then that means that every boxer that prepares himself for elite fights throwing up every training camp.
No. You're putting this in a generalization. Those. If you're talking about conditioned athletes, of course, it's going to be harder for them to get to that threshold to throw up. I'm talking about guys like me and you. You know what I'm saying? That are not.
I never threw up and I pushed.
All right. Well, then you know what? This summer we're gonna get together. We're gonna work on you throwing up
together.
Bruh, Enrique, tell him he throwing up because he don't eat healthy.
Yeah.
Here comes
plasma. Right.
Here comes the savior nest.
Bruh, because you always trying to say somebody ain't working out. You looking healthy over there, champ.
I am.
I'll tell you what. Also, y'all are from the East Coast. Let me tell you, come and do football 2-a-days in the Texas heat. I promise everybody with the 6-packs throwing up. Bro, we would throw up like just every day. Like it was nothing. Like everybody took turns because that shit was like 101 degrees and we were working out. Sucked.
That's like ultimate exertion. Like
dude,
you're just like you know everything is just fucking like whoa.
Yeah, that's still the worst time of my life for real. Football, I don't even know why I did it. Like I hated it. I mean, I love football, the game. I hate participating in football, the game.
That's acting like he ain't never throw up.
Honestly, I don't.
That's got 6-pack abs, right?
I don't even remember ever throwing up off a workout, champ. And you worked out with me for 5 years already, so I don't know what you talking about. And you know how hard I work. When you trying to quit, I'm trying to do 3, 4, 5 more rounds. So stop.
All you hear is.
He lying.
Yo, I remember.
All right. Hold up. Round it up. We got our first guest, heavyweight sensation. Or should I say heavyweight knockout sensation. 19-0, 19 KOs. Chris Lovejoy. What's going on, champ? Buenos dias.
What's going on? Make sure y'all can hear me. Can you hear me?
Perfectly, man. I love a guy that knows how to get some good audio, man. Yesterday we was interviewing Freeway and damn, it sounded like he was part of a mariachi band or something. But look, man, I'm not gonna waste any time. The only thing I'm gonna ask you outside of these questions is how are you? How is COVID time treating you and your family? If it hasn't affected you personally, we wanna wish you the best on that.
I'm blessed. Everything is cool. I'm just working out. Just waiting for this thing to get done with so I can give me a type of schedule, some type of meaning to, what things is going on. You know what I mean? A schedule, some order around here so I can figure out my plan, So, but as of right now, everything cool. Everybody healthy. I'm blessed. Just waiting. Just waiting my turn. Waiting for that one shot.
Perfect. So we're going to jump into it. Obviously, we had Freeway on yesterday, and organically, your name came up. I had no clue you were managed by him because when we did an interview with you, you said you didn't have a manager, but he's saying he had, managed your career for the last 3 years and that he had everything to do with you being 18-0 and 18-0 and 18 KOs. Now, obviously, he wasn't not talking down at all. He says that, he has big plans for you, but that you alleviate from the plan.
Deviate.
Deviate from the plan. So what is the deal between you and Freeway?
This is what it is. Shout out Freeway. That's my big bro. I met him probably like 3 years ago, and he been consulting me, helping me, guiding me, giving me all the advice I can give me, helping me out financially, whatever I need. If I got paid for a fight, he might shoot me some money for a fight. If I'm short on my room, got that, So he's been a real help. So last time when I got on here, I said, man, I ain't got no manager, none of that, because, technically, I don't really have a manager. I'm doing all I got people in my corner who I can call and depend on. He can be considered a manager, So if the right person need to talk to him or talk to me, I would say, yeah, that's my manager. Because I really don't handle much, so I would use him. So that's our situation. That's Big Bruh. And we good. We 100. And he been looking out for me like no other. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
It's just a nonstop hustle. So that's why I said it how I said it. You know what I mean? He ain't the only person who helped me out. I got a few people I reach out to if I need a helping hand. You know what I mean? So shout out to them too. They know who they are. But yeah, as far as Freeway, that's Big Bro. We good. He called me yesterday. I was doing my workout.
Yeah, he thought you was ducking him. He was trying to get you live on air. I'm like, yo. And then when you hit me,
I called him right back, and I hit you like, man, tell him the answer. He just called me. I was doing my push-ups. Not to talk too much, but he when I first met him, he told me to do like 500 to 1,000 push-ups a day. I'm like, man, that shit got me getting too big, man. I'm not doing none of that, bro. I'm not in jail. He's like, man, I'm telling you, man, Mike's doing 1,000 a day. Blah 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 blah. So anyway. Now I'm doing that. Something he told me to do 3 years ago when I met him. And, I'm doing it. My body feels different. My body look different. It's crazy. If I'd have been doing this back then, who knows what I would have looked like. But, everything happens for a reason. And I'm doing it.
I was going to ask about that because, I follow you on IG and I see you drop down and I've been following and counting. So it's looking like you're doing more than 25 in a clip because it goes into 2 different Instagram posts. Like live posts.
I'll be doing like 40 and 50 reps.
Okay.
Repetitions in each set sometimes. It just depends on how I'm feeling, what else I'm doing that day.
Bruh, the fact that you drop down on the little parking spot cement thing, it just feels like them prison workouts. You feel me? You go on YouTube, you put in prison workout, you see how they work out in the parkings. Yeah. They always doing push-ups off of something.
Bartender workout.
Right. Man, I was into that stuff before I started boxing. I used to really like that stuff, man. When I was a little lighter, I was doing the muscle-ups. We would do the pull-up all the way to the top of the bar and doing push-up on the bar. I was doing all that stuff. I gained so much weight. I'm like, damn.
Chris.
But anyway, that's just cool, yeah.
You trying to tell me you could do a muscle-up. You 300 pounds, champ.
Right now, I don't know if I could do a muscle-up. So I ain't even tried one.
I'm about to say, because I'm like 250, bro.
50 pounds ago. 50 pounds ago, I was doing them easy. Yeah, I was doing them easy. But I was just gaining so much weight. This is before I was boxing. So I gained so much weight. And when I started boxing, I was 350. Now I'm down to about 300. Anyway, so I was doing muscle-ups, man. That wasn't nothing. You could do it. I could do anything I put my mind to. You're supposed to say you can, but a lot of people don't put their mind to it. So I could do anything I put my mind to.
I just want to bring it back to Freeway because, you made it sound like it's more of a verbal kind of agreement, like you my mans, you help me out, I got you when I make it, but he was saying I got the paperwork. So
No. we got some documentation.
Okay.
We got documentation.
Okay.
That's no. We locked in. We good. Yeah. We good. It's just that he understand that I'm a hustler like him, and I understand he a hustler like me. So, and he not in my way, and I'm not his way. If I got something bigger to bring to the table, let's do it. If he got something bring to the table, we do it. It's really a 100 relationship where if I was going to get this deal with these people, he gonna support me. Or if he say, Chris, I got this for you, I'm gonna leave these people alone, and we're gonna support them. So we both just like working together. You know, it's not like, oh, I got you locked up, bro, or I'm locked up with him. No. We good.
Chris, what's going on? It's Alex here with you.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. We be Insta stocking sometimes, and I noticed that you got the fight with Joe Joyce up a couple times, and just wanted to ask, how interested are you in that fight, and what do you see across the ring that you can take advantage of?
Well, I'm very interested in that fight. That was one of the first guys I really made like an official call-out video for. I met his manager. I didn't like his manager at first because I didn't like nobody. You my enemy. And then we ended up being cool. I ended up talking. And, it is what it is. So, I don't know if I'm in a fight with Joe Joyce, but that's the fight I want. As far as fight styles and all that stuff go, I think that's the perfect fit for me. I think I'll get rid of him fast based on my style and his style. And it's a good fight, I don't know what's going on with him and Daniel Dubois, but, I want that fight before or after that fight. That's the fight I always wanted.
Chris, what's going on? It's Mario Munguia. Listen, I'm just going to take it back real quick to Freeway because he said a lot of interesting things. Now, I'll tell you what he said after I ask you the question. Or let me ask you, has he ever approached you or do you have knowledge of having stock in his company at all? In the promotional company or in the management company, boxing company, because he said that he's given his fighters stock, and I would think that he was talking about you because he mentioned you as one of his top 5 fighters, and he said you have paperwork. So I'm assuming that you got stock in the company, but I'm wondering if he's told you that.
I mean, like I say, you probably want to holler at him about that. That's big bro. So whatever we got going, I trust him wholeheartedly with it. So I'm gonna let the business side stick to him, and I'm gonna do the fighting and I'm gonna do the talking and stuff. As far as the business, I'll let him handle that.
I feel you. I just so you know too, like he did tell us that on air. He said that a lot of guys don't even know that he signed, that he's giving y'all stock, and that's how he treats y'all. But y'all don't even know it. But that's how much he's looking out. That's what he said to us. So I just wanted to confirm it. How he also talked about going the route of skating around the network and trying to do more like internet, like streaming service stuff. How would you feel if that's the direction that you went, like where he didn't, cowed out to the networks and instead he tried to experiment with some sort of platform or internet service, streaming service, sorry.
That's cool with me. I mean, I forgot the name of the company or something he had going on. It was a fight with Antonio Alonzo Butler. It might have been on the network.
Was it Impact? Was it Impact with Austin Trout?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. So as far as me, I mean, it don't really matter. I just want to fight, man. It's gonna play out how it play out. It's gonna be streamed on what it's streamed on. As long as the sanctioning bodies is all in line with it, I'm ready to go wherever we fighting at on whatever streaming network or whatever. It don't bother me. It don't matter to me.
Would you be willing, Chris, to fight, in a non-crowd setting?
Yeah, I mean it's a non-crowd setting to me mentally anyway. When I go into the ring, I'll tone all that stuff out. Some places I've fought in, it's been crowded, and then some places I've fought in, it's been pretty empty. So it don't really make a difference. I never really got caught into all that stuff about the crowd and hometown and away and all that stuff. Advantages and all that, you still got to fight. Now if you're talking about referees and judges and stuff like that being on your side, that's different. It's a different thing. But as far as crowd and atmosphere and weather and all that, that don't matter to me.
All right. So, Chris, man, we got some questions from the people. Let me pull those up. Now, last time we had you on, you said it sounded like maybe something was cooking with you and Lou. Has this kind of pushed things back? And by this, I mean COVID?
Yeah, it actually did push things back. Lou had spoke to me about a fight the second week of June on Hall of Fame, Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. He had a few fighters for me to fight. Obviously, that stuff has been pushed back. I can't see us fighting. That's a month away. So I can't see that happening. So yeah, obviously, that has been pushed back. As far as me and Lou goes, we haven't talked, in a while. But I'm sure when everything gets back going, his fighters and some other fighters are going to need tune-ups, and that's where I'm coming in, and I'm going to be ready. So me and Lou was cool. He's waiting for me to have one big name, and then he's going to take me under his wing, or he's waiting for whatever, I'm open, he's open, and it's whatever, The relationship's good right now. And that's the way it is with a lot of big name promoters, Before they take a chance on me, they want to see what I can do, and that's where we at.
Yeah, but how you gonna get that chance? If nobody wants to give you a chance, how do you show them?
Well, this is what I mean by chance. When I say chance, I mean a chance to be on the A side, to me to have a date, and then to find me an opponent. Everyone's trying to give me a chance to be on the B side. That's just boxing. I mean, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, all of them. I mean, I can go be on the B side and be someone's opponent, and that's what I'm going to do. They are giving the opportunity. Things kind of was really, really getting going the beginning of the year until the COVID-19 happened. So, yeah, everyone's going to give me a chance. I mean, I'm undefeated. I was ranked number 10 in WBA, so I'm due for a fight. It's just that when I say give me a chance, I mean give me an A-side fight on a call with a date to train, and then find me an opponent as a tune-up or like a step-up fight to get me to a big fight. Rather than coming in on the B-side short notice, like, let's see what you can do. I mean, that's what it is. I don't have a promoter, so I'm coming in on the B-side, late notice. What's up? We got this guy for this day. You want the fight or not? And that's how they're going to see what I can do. So I mean, that's inevitable. That's what's going to happen. That's where we at right now.
And you also had something with Sam Jones, right? Now we had Sam Jones on not too long ago. He spoke to us about Guido. Was that just you kind of speak it, believe it, receive it, or were you reached out about? Did someone reach out about a fight versus you and Guido Vianella?
Vianella. Well, it's mutual. I mean, I wanted that fight. At that point, I was calling out anybody, and I wanted all the Sam Jones fighters because I feel like that he didn't want me to fight. It wasn't the right time for me to fight Joe Joyce. So he had other fighters. One of them was Guido Vianella. So that's the fight. Like, okay, well, Joe Joyce has this, and this lined up. He's going to be fighting this, and the other. But, you want to fight this bad? I got somebody for you to fight. Fight Guido. It's something similar to that. So, for whatever reason, he thinks Guido could beat me. And he also wants to give me an opportunity to show what I can do. So when that opportunity comes, I'm going to beat him, and then now what? So the Guido fight is probably going to happen.
The amateur background doesn't bother you?
So they think. No. Amateurs don't really matter. We're professional. Now, if we were amateurs, his amateur background would probably, affect what we got going on. But we're professionals now. So it's something about who you fought pro. If he was that good, he would have been stepped it up. He's entertaining fighting the fight against me, who so-called haven't fought nobody. So obviously he's not ready for the big boys yet, right? He's still in the seeing where he at.
Yo, I'm
not ready to see where I'm at. I know where I'm at.
I honestly want you to get a shot, man. I think that you are charismatic and you definitely know how to sell a fight. I've been following you on social media. You took your own kind of, it's not necessarily a shot, but you definitely put your name in the hat with Mike, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this whole Mike Tyson comeback, his 4-second clip. Are people, I mean, you're an active heavyweight. Are people, obviously getting intoxicated with the nostalgia of Mike Tyson, and should the 53-year-old man stay home?
This is the thing. Shout out Mike Tyson. That was my hero, my idol, my favorite boxer ever of all time. So shout out Mike. So when I put that video, that clip, me and him, I'm just shaking up the crowd, just seeing what people gonna say. Prime Mike Tyson versus me. That wasn't me calling him out. That wasn't me saying I beat him. All I said was who would win this fight? Prime Mike Tyson against me. That's all it was. A lot of people in the comments and DMs were saying some other stuff, but I never called him out. So if he was coming back, you know, me as a heavyweight fighter, I would fight anybody. I would fight anybody in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s. So why wouldn't I fight somebody in their 50s? I'm not saying I want to fight him or I'm calling him out, but if he called me out, I'm going to take the challenge against anybody. It's no friends in boxing. You know, I'm not making no more friends in heavyweight boxing. I got enough of them. So because the friend thing comes, I don't want to fight him. I know him. No, I don't want to fuck that. I don't want to fight. I don't need no friends. So if he want to fight me, of course I'm going to take the fight. But I don't even think Mike Tyson knows who I am. I spoke to him on the phone a couple of times, but who knows if he even remembers me. So it wasn't a call out. It wasn't none of that. You know, it was just shaking up the crowd like who would win this fight. Because a lot of people do fantasy matches with Ali and Joshua or Tyson and Wilder. So I just threw my name in the hat like who would win this fight. It wasn't a disrespect to anybody or him.
And what I mean by like, you know what you're doing. You threw up a clip doing his combination punch that he used to go viral. So, you know what I mean? It's like you savvy, man. You savvy with the social media, man.
Okay, listen. I like that combo because it looked kind of sweet, but I dissect. I'm like, man, I can do that, so let me see how I do it. It wasn't like that. It wasn't a shout out to him, but it was more like that's my idol. So I'm the type of person, if you can do it, I can do it. I'm gonna put my name with everybody else's name. So let me see if I can do it. And like I said, I'm not really no real shape. You know, I think the video clip looked halfway decent for me being 300 something pounds and 6'5" doing it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just did it. You know, I'm mimicking him. You know, fuck it.
Yeah, no, it's working, man. I think it's definitely getting you the attention you need. But like I said, we got questions from the people. We got Big Casual says, "What's good, champ? What names in the heavyweight division do you have your eye on that can help propel you and get you closer to a title shot?"
Propel me. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all what y'all want to hear realistically. Because, I mean, real quick, boxing, if you don't think you're the baddest man on the planet, you probably need to be doing this, especially in the heavyweight division. So, you know, I'm going to leave out the Joshuas and Furies and Wilders and all that. So, realistically, man, a fight like Chris Arreola, I would like that fight. I think I'll stop him, and that'll get me up there, have a name under my belt. Gerald Washington, you know, he has a name. He fought some big names. I think I could stop him, and that'll catapult me up there. Charles Morton, Adam Kalinowski, him, like those type of dudes. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, can none of these guys fight, man? Like any one of them dudes who not in the top 10, top 20, you know, I'll step up, you know, and fight them like as soon as this thing open up to show the world right now. Like I don't need no tune-up. All those fights, and let me say something else too. All those fights I did are not going to mean nothing once I get one name under my belt. And so, you fought Mexico, this dude didn't have a record, this dude was 0-50, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it was a lot of people who fought dudes with bad records. But now I got the numbers up, and I'm not ducking nobody. So I'm trying to get off into away the question. But anyway, so yeah, them is a name, Gerald Washington, Adam Kalinowski. You know, I would love the Andy Ruiz Jr. fight. I would love that fight, but he kind of like up there, so I probably won't get that fight. You know, it's kind of like unrealistic. Like Gerald Washington, Chris Arreola, Adam Kalinowski. Oh, Nathan Gorman. You know, he got to get it. You know, we signed contracts, man. We were supposed to fight that fight. That dude backed out and got scared, man. You know, you know, I got to get him.
Do you think Adam would take you off of that knockout loss, or you think he's going to just go and get that rematch? Because he has come out and said that he would like to avenge the rematch, the loss.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool for him. I'm like a dangerous tune-up, though. See, I'm just not no average tune-up, a dude who 20-20, you know.
Yeah,
I'm a
but
dangerous
come on,
tune-up.
but
They don't even know
you
what
know
I can
how
do.
boxing
They're not going to
is,
take
though.
this fight.
But you know how boxing is. They going to look at your resume, and yeah, there's a bit of mystique, right? Because they like, well, I don't know how good he is, but then they got the resume to be like, but how good could he be?
Listen, we're not even going to say no names, right? But all these guys call me to their camp. They call me to their camp, and they want to pay me to be in their camp, fly me out, room me up, and pay me weekly to be in their camps. I don't want to be in your fucking camp. I want to fight you. So this is what they doing. They want to get me in there, record me, see my weakness. Oh yeah, so this is what he's gonna do. We might want to fight him, or no, we don't want to fight him. Call Tyson Fury, ask Tyson Fury how the sparring session went. You know, it was 30, 40 people in there watching the sparring. Call Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury camp and get the info. Stop calling me to these camps. This is what they doing, man. They want the dudes I want to fight want me to spar. Well, who does he spar? Can he? Well, maybe you can call him. And they sending money and trying to book flights to come out there and everywhere. That's what they do. I don't want to be in none of their camps. I'll be in Joshua Wilder camp because I'm probably not going to fight them dudes right now. But anybody besides that, anybody else, I don't want to be in y'all camps because I'm about to fight y'all. I really want to fight y'all. And I can realistically fight y'all. Realistically, I can't fight Joshua, you know, or Wilder right now. I mean, unless Wilder need a tune-up, you know, we can finish him off. But Joshua, you know, I reached out to him. I'm trying to get in his camp, you know, because we probably won't fight no time soon. He about 3-4 fights away. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes.
Did he answer you back to come into camp? Did you reach out like via DM the way that Timothy Moulton did?
No, I just DM'd him and commented a couple of pictures said DM. That's it, you know.
Did he reach back out?
No, he didn't reach back.
All right, we gotta make that wave. Hashtag answer Chris back, man. What's going on? We got some more questions. We got Rick, I believe in the ATL, says, "Hey champ, have you had the chance to be signed to a big promoter, and or do you want that opportunity?" So has any big promoter ever come at you and put that paper in front, and you just not want to take it, or you ain't get that opportunity yet? And do you want it?
It's kind of a tricky question. Okay, so first off, I met with Bob M. He gave me the opportunity to be on his show to fight for just a regular little tune-up fight. And he said, "You want this fight? You look halfway decent. I'll sign you and we'll get you going." Blah, blah. This was supposed to be June 15th, 2018 or 19. Time flies. Might have been 19. I don't know. Anyway, I got to check my Instagram. So, the Nevada Commission didn't approve the fight because I had too many fights. Bob Graham told me, he said, "I don't want to put you in there with someone who has 10, 13 fights, 13-0, you know, and they mow you down, man, and it's a waste of everybody's time. I really want to get to somebody who's 0-2 or 2-5 based on your record. That's what you should be fighting, because these dudes ain't fought nobody. It's not even worth mentioning. But you got too many wins to get you on the thing. It's going to be a hard win in Nevada. It's the hardest commission in the world. I've been doing this for some years, so I wasn't able to get the fight based on the commission, so I had to go get more and more fights. So, we still cool. He ain't called me back. I don't know what's going on, but he got some heavyweights that we can potentially fight. I'm in good with them. I know some people over there. I know his matchmaker well. I know one of his assistants, Frank Stee. That's my guy. So I'm still in the hat with them, you know, for, you know, maybe a B-side fight to come in when they step in for one of the heavyweights. So to answer the question is like, that was the most opportunity I've had with a big promoter. As far as Eddie Hearn, you know, I met him a couple of times. We spoke. He never offered me a deal. He told me he had a few fights for me. We met up again, spoke a few more times, and he started naming people. And ever since the Joshua fight, we haven't spoke. So I don't know. Like I said, I know some other people that he know too, and they talk to him about me, and we communicate like that. But it's nothing like, oh, let's sign it right now. Everyone still wants to see what I can do. So once I get one fight, you know, I mean, I'm right there with everybody else. And as far as the other question, yeah, I would like that. So I ain't got to run around and do all this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a struggle. The good thing about it is that we're in a time where these dudes really can't fight. You know, these dudes ain't really killers, so I can step in and be an Andy Ruiz any given day. You know, so yeah, I would like the opportunity to kind of put some order to this thing, and I haven't got official offer. No.
So I'm sure you know plenty of heavyweights, and I know you know Johnny Rice. Couldn't y'all do something locally together? Agree to fight each other locally? It would be a decent sized fight where it made sense for Johnny, and it would advance either man's career. Like, you need his name, and he needs an undefeated win. Yeah.
I know, Johnny. That's another one of them things about meeting people and knowing people, because it kind of messes up things. You know, he's a good friend of mine, and you know, he works and we work out, same camp. At the same time, if they call me to fight him, of course I'll fight him. But you know, I'm not gonna call him out, and I don't think he'll call me out. I don't think he has a promoter. And, I don't have a promoter, so I don't know who would fund that fight. I don't know how that would go. With none of us having a promoter. I think he has a good manager and people behind him helping him out, getting him fights he needed, trying to get him back in the loop and get him one more fight. We kind of like at the same stage, like that. We both get one fight, we'd be there for a title. But I don't know if he has a promoter. I don't know who would fund that fight. I don't know what show we would get on.
For sure. Now, because he stays active, man, and he ain't really fighting the top of the top, but he stayed pretty active. Like he gets some, decent fights.
Man, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I reached out to him. That's my boy. We work out and everything, right? So I said, man, how you getting to fight, man? My boy be getting to fight. I said, man, listen, I want to fight all the dudes you just fought, man. Oh, I'm looking at them dudes. I said, man, I'm trying to fight all them dudes.
So what happened? Was he able to hook you up?
No, we talked. This was just all recently. Everything is kind of like in limbo right now. Like I said, I got a few things cooking. I'll be reaching out. I'll be working 24/7. I'm reaching out to everybody. I need a fight. That's where I'm at because it's crunch time right now. You know what I mean? So and I'm feeling better and looking better than I did since I've been boxing. You know what I mean? I'm kind of glad that I didn't get them fights I was trying to get because before I was really just trying to give me a little payday and then go from there from my own camp. But now, man, I'm feeling good. I'm ready. You know what I mean? I got the Tyson Fury experience. You know what I mean? That kind of like put me on over 10. Like, oh, man, I can beat all you dudes up now. So, man, I'm on now. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, man. Ronnie has gotten some opportunities, bro. He fought Stephen Shaw. That's a Lou DiBella heavyweight. He fought Mario Heredia twice. He fought Tony Yoka. He fought Rodney Hernandez. We just seen Hernandez fight Joey DeVaco twice. And he just went to freaking Australia and fought. Like, my man fought in Australia. So don't forget, he fought Tony Yoka in France. Like, y'all need to sit down, and this is a business thing, man. The same way Crawford says he got to sit down with Porter, like, it just makes sense. Y'all in the same area. It might make sense that it advance somebody's career, but I get it, man. You need the promoter to do it. Freeway out here talking greasy, man. We're going to have to see, can he get you on Impact Network or something with that fight? But let me get back to these questions.
Yeah.
We got the next one is from Danny Ramirez says, if PBC and Top Rank both wanted to sign you, which one would you choose to sign with and why?
That's a hard question. They both got the platform I need. I feel like, whatever I go, we're going to go to the moon anyway. It wouldn't really matter. I mean, it would be just whatever the first one, Not to sound desperate, but, I mean, with no hesitation, if the phone was to ring once right now from Top Rank, it'll be with Top Rank. Or if PBC called 5 minutes before that, I would already sign with PBC. So it don't really matter. Like, I'm at the point where it's on. It's go time. No matter, even if it's a small promoter, it's a lot of small promoters out there, and we could do something with. It don't really matter. It ain't got to be a big name because I'm gonna take them to the roof.
So the next, oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was
sorry.
gonna.
Okay, cool. Wait. He left off on Matty Ice, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we're going with Carlitos now.
Got it. Carlitos K84 asks, what's good, Mr. Lovejoy? What are some of the pros and cons you have encountered in your boxing career thus far?
Pros and cons. Well, pros, I mean, obviously, it's a good situation. I got my name out there. I'm out the streets. I got a chance at making the big fights, making the big money. It's a beautiful thing. Boxing is a beautiful, sweet sport. So it's a lot of pros to it. I mean, that's why we tuned in now. The cons, I take a lot of risks. I've taken a lot of risks. I've turned down a lot of opportunities to do boxing, with no guaranteed reward. I ain't got nothing promised in this boxing. I've spent a whole lot of money, like a lot of money, and with nothing promised. And I still got to spend a whole lot of more money, a lot of more time, a lot of more gym, and ain't got nothing promised. So it's a lot of pros and cons to this thing. You know what I mean? And then you still got to fight. You know what I'm saying? After all that stuff you do, you still got to fight. You still got to show up, and you got to fight somebody who's been training and ready to knock your head off. You know what I'm saying? And it can all be ended. This whole conversation could be over with. You know what I mean? Oh, that dude was a punk. That dude got knocked out in 10 seconds, man. He did all that for nothing, waste all his money, time away from his kids, punish his body. You know what I'm saying? It could all be over with. Or I can never even get a fight because I ain't got nothing. It's nothing promised. But I'm out here and I'm still going. I'm still grinding, undefeated. I still got my eyes on the prize, hungry. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of pros, a lot of cons to this thing. You know what I mean? And then boxing, you putting your life at risk in every sparring session. You know what I mean? Every fight. You know what I mean? It's heavyweight boxing. It's serious business. So, yeah.
Absolutely. But listen, man, that's going to be the stuff that's going to make your Netflix documentary so good. Matty Ice says, what's up, champ? If you had the chance out of Wilder, Fury, and Joshua, choice, my bad. If you had the choice out of Wilder, Fury, and Joshua, who would you like to put yourself in the ring with right now?
Right now, I would go with Fury. It's kind of tricky. I would say Wilder because Wilder looked like he'd be the easiest win for me out of those three. I would say Fury because I've been in the ring with Fury and I could just tune up what I did and I think I win that fight based on what I know about him. I have never sparred or fought Joshua, never sparred or fought Wilder, so I can't really say. A lot of things, look different on TV and on the internet, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know what those do from in person. I've gotten in the ring and went several rounds with Tyson Fury, so, he got two hands like me, and I think that's the fight I would need to do what I got to do.
Chris.
That's the one I would take, Fury.
Let me ask you, yesterday we had the show and it was like, Wilder disrespect continues because I find it disrespectful that Daniel Dubois believes that he could stop Wilder now and that his promoter believes he could stop Wilder. I think that not only Dubois and his promoter, but the world seemed to think like Wilder's some sort of bum after he lost to Fury, but Fury's like the number one heavyweight, right? So like, am I off? Because I hear now you saying, like, yeah, he looked like the easiest one. And it's like, you ain't been on the level of Wilder. Like, am I off by saying people disrespectful? Or is it just the right time to take on a Wilder? Like, I'm a little lost.
Well, it's like that when somebody take a loss, just like when Joshua lost to Ruiz. Before he avenged that loss, everybody wanted Joshua. You know what I mean? So before Wilder come back and get him a win, everybody gonna be talking about Wilder. And it's like it's the way he lost. He didn't lose by decision. He didn't get a one-punch knockout, so he caught him, he couldn't get up. It was like, when you throw in the towel, your corner is fearing for your life, damage. That's kind of bad the way you go out like that. So he got to really come back and get him like one or two wins for people to stop trying to disrespect him and say he got beat bad. You got Dylan White talking about, laughing, he got beat so bad. So, I mean, he was 40-0, whatever, 39-0, I think. He did good, but the way he lost that fight from a fan's point of view, it's like, damn, can this dude really fight? Like, damn, how did you go from this baddest man playing disrespecting Mike Tyson, you'll beat him to, you look like you was an amateur fight. You know what I mean? You got people in the street who say, man, I wouldn't win out like that. So it's the way he lost. I don't know what his excuse was. We're not going to get into excuses or preparation, but when the bell rung, he looked like he was outnumbered out there. I don't know what was going on. If it was he just can't fight, or if he was injured, or whatever it was, he didn't have a good performance. So in boxing, and then it's like, I don't even want to give too much game, but he's not even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? He just like he's making it worse, like not even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, he got to come back with one or two ferocious knockouts, and then they'll forget about that, because he could talk his shit again. But right now, you can't talk too much because you're only good as your last one. And the last one, you didn't lose by decision, you didn't lose by a lucky punch, or injury. They stopped the fight. Like, man, that's bad. When your corner throws in the corner, that's bad. They're fearing for your life. That's bad. That means you're losing pretty bad. But I don't know, Wilder, he did good, so I'm not gonna disrespect him. You know what I'm saying? He made more famous than me. He made more money than me. And he got belts and went all over the world and did his thing. So shout out Wilder, man. I wish I could be in his shoes. I mean, as far as financially and popularity, but
That's what's up.
He got to come back.
Next one is Info Joe.
Yeah, Info Joe.
He says, what's up? Info Joe's actually from Long Beach. So he says, what's up, Chris? Oh, I should have just let him say. He says, what's up, Chris? I'm from South Central LA. I'm rooting for you. I would love to have a heavyweight champ from Los Angeles. Hope you'll be the first. Who are your top 5 favorite fighters from any era that inspired you? Peace, good luck in the future.
Thank you. Shout out. I forgot what y'all said his name was, but yeah, LA. You know, it's we're different in LA, man. We very different in LA, but based on our charisma and the stuff we take to other places. You know, other places don't really come here and do what they do. We usually take our stuff and branch out from our culture here in LA. So California, period. So yeah, LA is a different place. So anyway, man, Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. He was my favorite. Floyd Mayweather. His charisma. The way he talked that stuff. The amount of money he made. Just the way he trained and execute. And fought all them world champions the way he did. So them is my 2 favorites of all time. What else did he say?
Nah, he just wanted your top 5 of any era that inspired you.
Oh, top 5 that inspired me, not top 5. Top 5 that inspired me: Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Ali, George Foreman, and Roy Jones Jr.
Nice. Looks like we got
in that order.
George Foster in the UK says, for how many years do you expect to be competing in pro boxing?
Man, I'm a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer in life. Everything I've been doing physically, late bloomer. I got years, man. I can go at least 7 more years. I'm good. I ain't got no damage. Y'all talking to me right now. You wouldn't know how old I am or how heavy I am. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Ain't nothing promised. So, we living for the day. We cherishing every moment of this journey. And however it happened, it happened. I don't know however long the good Lord blessed me with, but I'm gonna be rocking here all the way through. So I can't really say, whatever the Lord blessed me with.
We got King Amin in Essex. He says, "Peace, champ. Tell us the real story of your sparring session with Tyson Fury, and have you sparred any other contenders or champions?"
The real story is that we sparred, we worked, and we both left our sparring session, without any damage, and we was able to say we sparred with each other, and whoever could say who did good or who did bad, that's their own personal point of view, but that's what happened. We sparred. I got the footage, As far as other people I've sparred, Michael Hunter. I don't know if y'all heard of Frank Sanchez. That dude nice. We sparred.
Yeah. That's the Eddie Reynoso heavyweight.
Yeah, Puerto Rican. I mean, Cuban.
Countless times. He's real good. That's my boy. I told myself I'll never fight him because I'm really rooting for him, man. He's real good. I like him. I'll probably be in his next camp. Them the ones I'm gonna just name. Because I don't want to say I know nobody else because then we get the same friends and all that. But like I say, Michael Hunter, we sparred countless times too. I do want that fight. That's one of them friend relationships where you say you don't want to fight, but, business is business. And, I want the Michael Hunter fight, man.
Chris,
I kind of want that fight.
Is it hard to get sparring out in Vegas? Because I know Joe Joyce works out there and Hunter works out there, but can't really think of too many other heavyweights unless they come to town.
It's a lot of heavyweights. It's a lot of heavyweights in Vegas. It's a lot of decent sparring in Vegas too. And then it's only 3 hours from LA. So, when dudes don't spar each other, that's personal stuff they got going on. They don't want to be exposed, or they don't want to beat this guy up, or who knows, or they don't want to let them know what's going on. It's a lot of sparring heavyweights in Vegas, active boxers, non-active boxers. It's a lot of heavyweight sparring in Vegas. You got guys coming to Vegas from all over the world all year round looking for sparring.
But
it's a lot. It's probably more in Vegas than LA, honestly.
We got Victor Banuelo says Canelo Alvarez versus Jamal Charlo. Who wins and why?
I'm going with Canelo. You know, Canelo got the sweet defense, and he's a dog. You know what I mean? He brawl out with you. I ain't really seen too many people like Canelo. I'm going with Canelo off the dribble. Ain't nobody really mess with Canelo. Canelo went to distance with Mayweather and smashed everybody else. You know, he did good against Triple G, and I actually thought Triple G was going to beat him. So I'm rocking with Canelo. I don't really see nobody beating Canelo right now.
All right, so I just wanted to read this, make sure you didn't answer it. Sony says, "Morning, sir. Hope all is safe with you. Since your last Boxing Voice post up appearance, I remember going away from your interview thinking, I really hope that dude gets rewarded for his grind. I mean, paying for fights, rooms, sparring, all on your own? Question. Freeway Ricky Ross stated that he was your manager, so I'm assuming the grunt work you've been doing has now been tackled by him so you can focus on the art of boxing. So that's the question. Is Freeway now picking up the tabs on, getting you fights and you could just focus on fighting, or is it still you grinding?
No. Freeway has helped out in the past countless times from here and here and here. But, a boxer is like a newborn baby. You need housing, you need this, you need that. It's like a baby, you got to take care of them. I'm at work right now, about to clock in 17 minutes, So I still got to pay rent, still got to pay for all my bills. And when Mexico open back up, I'm going to get my 20th victory all out of my pockets, Freeway cool, he there if I need him, but I'm not just a baby. Hey, man, I need this every week. I need this today. No. He cool. He helped me out. He paid for a few fights, and he's there if I need him. If I lose all my money somehow, some way, and I said, listen, I need $400 to pay this rent, he'll give it to me. But, he doesn't give me nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's not like that. I'm still grinding every day and hoping I don't have to call and need him. When I haven't called and need him in a long time. We talk about I haven't asked for any money. So I'm still grinding. It's 24/7, and I'm going to continue to grind until I get enough money where I could just do a real camp. Or I got to get a real fight to know I got a real camp and hope they don't back out. I'm not going too far off of it. So remember last time we talked, and I said we got the fight May 30th? Yeah. And I said, dude, better show up.
Yep.
Anything can happen. And look what we got. So I don't really count nothing until we step in the ring, man. I was supposed to be fighting May 30th in Liddy, Montana for the WBA Oceania heavyweight title, which was going to catapult me to number 5 in the WBA. That's going to be big. Then I would have been one of the mandatory voluntaries for Joshua, for that belt. But the COVID-19 kind of slowed everything down. So back to the question, I'm still grinding. I'm about to clock in. I got about 15, 20 minutes, before I clock in. I'm working every day, in this COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people don't have a job. I'm blessed to have a job. So I'm able to make some money and stay above float till this thing boil over.
Nah, we appreciate your grind, man. That's why we continue to follow you and, speak about you to our audience. We want to see you get that opportunity. I mean, if you know Fernando, Zanford Boxing, Fernando Beltran out of Mexico, they're bringing boxing back as early as June on the 6th. Emmanuel Navarrete will be defending his titles versus Pedro Campa. It's going to be behind closed doors. Now, this is something that they're going to be finalizing, so it's not set in stone, but remember, Emmanuel Navarrete is a top-ranked fighter, so you might want to call Bob, even though he ain't call you back. Call him anyway, you know what I mean? You never know what they could do for you.
Yeah.
But they got a few shows going down in June. They got one on the 6th. They're finalizing the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. All with big names. Luis Neri, Miguel Burchell, Omar Aguilar, and Emmanuel Navarrete. So those are main eventers. They still need undercards. Use that phone, champ. We respect your hustle and grind. We like you out here. We want you to, continue to grow, and we want to follow your career. We want to thank you, obviously, for your time, and ask you if you haven't done so, give out any social media for anybody who isn't following you can do so.
All right. I'm mainly on Instagram, probably like 5 to 10 hours a day. Instagram handle is at Chris Lovejoy _. That's really all I'll be on. I got a Twitter, too. Like I said last time, it's crazy. I don't even remember my Twitter name. But, yeah, At Chris Lovejoy underscore Instagram. That's what I'll be on. Y'all can contact me on there. Check me out. You know, I put everything on there, not just boxing. You know, I'll be in the streets with it. You know, I'll be at work with it. You know, no shame in my game. You know, I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I've been there, done it all. You know, whatever you can think of goes on in South Central LA, I've done it, hands on. So, you know, I'm boxing. I gave my life to the Lord, and you know, we're gonna get this thing a shot. I love y'all. Thanks for having me. Shout out Nestor. Shout out the whole Boxing Voice. Call me anytime. Y'all got my number.
All right, champ. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up and coming contender Chris Lovejoy. Definitely want to see him get a shot, man. I'm sure a press conference with him is going to be entertaining, and I'm intrigued to see how he does in the ring. You know, that's gonna be the intrigue in him. You know, the announcers, like if Steve Farhood announces his first showbox fight, right? Let's say Espinoza's interested. He's gonna do behind the numbers. He's gonna do behind the numbers, and behind the numbers tells us that he is the unknown, and you know, he's speaking truthfully. Because he's the unknown, people aren't 100% sure they can give him a shot. They need to see him either win or lose to know exactly what he is and what he's not. But it's the heavyweight division. I'm just shocked. You know, we have to continue to dive in deeper into these careers and the development of it, because I'm shocked that a guy as marketable as him, outspoken as him, obviously the record is the biggest drawback because you don't know what it is, you know, but off paper, it's appealing. 19 wins, 19 KOs. I'm just shocked that, you know, Eddie Hearn hasn't used him as a B-side. You know, he's more than willing to be a B-side. There's so many heavyweights out there. Like, you got to think about a guy like F.A. Ajagba, right? He took on an Olympian, right? He took on a former undefeated Olympian rather than a dude that isn't an Olympian but is also undefeated, right? So it's just weird to see how guys get shots and don't.
Yeah, definitely marketable. I like Chris. You know, he is he's from Long Beach, right? Got that Cali swag. You know, 19-19 definitely looks good on paper. Some of these guys get pushed under the radar sometimes, a lot more than they should. I mean, one of the guys that I see like that is Darmani Rock, another heavyweight that's kind of like, you know him, but
I think that's different. I think that it's either the contract, because remember he's with Rock Nation. Yeah. So they're either kind of just trying to get out of that contract. I heard rumblings like that a few years ago. Remember Damani he was on Raging Babe's first Philadelphia show. And there was rumors then. I was probing with his father, you know, trying to figure out, like, do you guys want out of that? You know, and he would just give you those looks. But there's also development there, right? Like, it could be the father also holding him back. He hasn't – I know he's never going to be Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe that's kind of part of it.
I mean, I would probably agree with you, but ever since Andy Ruiz did what he did, I think that a lot of the opinions on that have changed a little bit. And Darmani's not that much of a, you know, we've seen him spar live.
No, look, I'm right there with you. You're still right, because it's, you know, why hasn't a big promoter co-promoted Darmani, brought him to the big stage? And that's the same argument for Lovejoy and a bunch of others, like. But meanwhile, Mario Heredia or Rodney Hernandez get mad opportunities. You know,
yeah, these guys are the real deal. That's what's going on. These guys are the real deal, and it's hard to put these guys in.
Well, I can't say real deal yet. You know, I mean, I questioned Golovkin until the Curtis Stevens fight. I can't back Chris Lovejoy yet until he fights him. I need to see him fight, like in a real fight. Because
and that's part of it too.
Even I'll end it with this, and Mario, you pick up. I'm sorry.
No
Even
problem.
Ajagba went down in that fight versus Kalides, who lost to Hunter.
Great point. That was a great point. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a better point than I'm about to make. All I was gonna say is that, you know, these guys, like when you're looking at quote unquote the B side for your fighter, and a guy with 19 wins and 0 losses comes up with 19 KOs, it's too early to say he's avoided, because that's not where it's at. But it's also very, very realistic that he's not getting the opportunities because of the risk reward ratio. So
again, I'm just shocked that a guy like Lou, who has 6, 7 heavyweights, like, you still need B-sides. You don't know what he is, but isn't there upside to that, right? Because, like, if I'm a promoter and I got 6, 7 heavyweights, what's the worst that could happen if Lovejoy beats my guy? I signed him anyway. Now he becomes legitimate because he beat one of my guys. And then if he doesn't win, he can fight all of my guys as a B-side. Because, again, Rodney Hernandez, how many freaking losses does he have in the heavyweight division? You know what I mean? So I just don't get, I don't know. I don't get how people sign people.
Interesting because, when you welcome one of these guys into your stable as a promoter, I'm pretty sure politics amongst the fighters, Aaron kind of related to us that, in a jokingly way. And when we interviewed him, how, sometimes, these fighters kind of get Jay in a sense, of what fighters getting more attention. So when you bring a guy on that really has a future into your stable, and you got other heavyweights there, and, they're probably like, man, this guy's basically going to come in and probably take my situation.
But that's what the option is for. Like, dude, Top Rank invented options on you, right? So, like, if Lovejoy, they don't got to sign him. He could fight Big Baby, right? Big Baby needs a comeback. He could fight Rydell Booker, right? If he
like
wins,
Big Baby better.
If he wins, there's an option clause in that contract. We're like, yo, we got your next fight. So the next fight, they also promote. Now they show him the A-side lifestyle, and they sign him. You know what I mean? That next fight is to wine and dine you because you won by accident. It's either our guy beats you back and we get rid of you, or you upset the apple cart twice and we're signing you.
Let's get the big promotions out here. All right, Top Rank, even the
They could use him. Top Rank specifically. Look, they got Kurbet Pulev, Tyson Fury, Big Baby, and those are the big names, right? So I don't really know. Up and coming, they got Jared Anderson, who's very young, probably too young. It depends how fast Anderson wants to move. He could get in there with a Lovejoy, but they got up and coming Jared Anderson. He's around 3 or 4-0. Anyone can remember any more? Those are off top. I would have to Google.
Yeah. I was just gonna make the point that they're already busy with a lot of heavyweights. Throwing them in there, I guess. But if I'm Lovejoy, I don't want to just get thrown in there to kind of build somebody else up. I'm a 19-19 fighter.
No, but he understands that. You didn't hear the interview. He understands that he's got to be the B side for the first fight. Bro,
so first fight at Top Rank.
Because listen. Let's just be real, all right? Step back and look at it as Top Rank, Todd DeBuff, all the people that have been doing business forever. That just means that you can turn around and say, all right, I got, I don't know, $30,000. I'm going to get 10 fights. I'm going to knock out 10 people. You yourself are 38 right now. That's it. You took out a loan for $30,000. You go to Mexico and knock out 10 people, and you call him Bob. Dog, anybody could do that. So we can't treat Chris Lovejoy with kid gloves and say, oh, yo, he's got a career. He's got to be No, he's 36, and this could be a business move for him. So he needs to prove to us that he needs to be coddled. He needs to go in there, beat someone, and then it's like, yo, now we see your upside. Now the fact that you're a good talker, a good-looking guy, and your power is real, we can market you. But we can't invest on you. You're investing in yourself. We don't even know if it's real. I could give you $60,000. We could find another good-looking guy, $60,000, and he got 20 fights.
It's true. It's true. He's got to show up and show up.
Eddie's not gonna be duped. Lou's not gonna be duped. They're not about to. Oh, you got 20 KOs. All right, signing bonus. Three fight deal on Showtime. Like, it don't work like that. Or everybody would be out here grinding the way that he is. He's got to prove that that's real.
And the heavyweights over on the zone is obviously what AJ.
A lot, bro. AJ, Usyk, Hunter. That's off top, right? Who else they got? Huey, Fury, Povetkin, Dillian White. Who else? Come on.
Who's giving?
Mario ain't said a word in half an hour. He ain't helped with the top ranked heavyweights. You know what's going on, and he ain't helping with the DAZN heavyweights.
He's bars all day.
Today's not Saturday. Today's not.
I know.
That's why I pushed it to Saturday.
But you gotta understand the way that my mind works. Like, you say something, and I'm like, damn, that's a good line.
Oh,
like,
my goodness.
yo, I'm not, for real talk, I'll be honest with you. Chris Lovejoy gave me like 4 bars. Like, it's crazy. I swear to God. You could read the text. I know, you got to understand, like, Fridays have been the days where I woke up and I'm like, all right, it's game time. Like, I'm too anxious now. Like, I feel like I'm overtraining at this point. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. That's why I didn't say nothing. I didn't want to say nothing. I don't want to turn this into that. Like, we have a specific day for it.
You already turning it into that, dog. Help with the heavyweights. Come on, where's the chat at? Where's the chat at, man? What other heavyweights are we missing from DAZN?
Hervlovchik or whatever.
Hergovich. You're right. Hergovich.
Yeah. So like his saying was that, you know, who's gonna give me my shot? Like, who is gonna give him a shot? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure Jim Rumors known, you know, about his Tyson Fury sparring and stuff like that. So they probably put in Lovejoy in a place where it's like, maybe don't.
It's not just Lovejoy. Check about. Damn, did I curse Izzy? I don't know. But anyway, what about Tyrone Sponge? That's another marketable dude.
Damn.
Bogus Ness. Yeah.
And he can't get a contract. Like, I can't believe he was about to get a Usyk fight with DAZN and Matchroom and isn't signed to them. Like, especially when Eddie just seen that he released Big Baby and Top Rank picked him up. Dog, and I said that. You can hear me shows ago saying, in this era, dog, you don't get rid of Big Baby. And look, now AJ talking about Big Baby every day. He still want that fight. So now you just promoting the Top Rank heavyweight.
You talked about my mom.
You know, how you going to say you can't sign Big Baby, but you can sign Povetkin is what they call him in the forums?
You know what it is, too? Like, the thing is, I think that everybody's forgetting, because it's been such a long time since the heavyweight division was popping, that, like, they don't understand what these records look like to casual fans. Like, you bring a dude out that's 19-0 and 19 knockouts, and he's as big as Chris Lovejoy. You bring out, you know, Bogus Ness, Sponge out here, you know, with his, I think, 14-0 with 13 knockouts or something close to that. Yo, like, people are going to pay attention. Like, that gets people up. That's the heavyweight division. I'm not saying it's easy to promote. Not at all.
I think it is.
Of all the other divisions, it's the easiest to promote. The dudes are big. You just put them on a poster. These days, a lot of them are jacked. Put them on a poster. Looks good. Put their records on a poster. Looks good. All you need is a poster. You don't even need a commercial. You just put the poster and let the dude talk over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Yo, quick history question for everyone listening and that is calling in the next seconds when we open up the lines. I don't care who's the guy that Bo punched in the press conference, but did Bo get suspended, or was that fight still able to happen? The infamous press conference where the dude turns the Bo.
I'm 90% sure he was able to still fight, but let me see. I'm not saying he didn't get fined or
no. I just think it's beautiful. Like, that's what boxing was, and that's why it was bigger. Nowadays, the fight's off if something happens. You know, everything is like, everybody's so freaking
Larry Donald.
I don't even know what to say because the world is so freaking sensitive. You know, I might say the wrong thing too.
It is, but at the same time, we've had some pretty good moments. David Hay and Chisora with the cage
Dude,
in
that's
the middle.
almost 10 years ago, man. That's almost 10 years ago.
I mean, we almost caught one with Crawford.
This is what I'm saying. We almost caught one with Crawford, and it gave the fight the excitement it needed. It did good numbers. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bro.
Like we are lacking that. That's when boxing was at its prime. When Riddick Bowe was throwing punches and throwing belts in the trash.
Morales and Barrera were squabbing on the floor.
You know, these fighters don't take stands anymore. Like Riddick Bowe threw the belt in the trash, man. Like these guys have to stand. Like Porter. He ain't a Riddick Bowe, you know, and he's not a heavyweight, more specifically. But the sanctioning bodies disrespect him totally. Totally. Like the fact that look, I guess the WBC's treating him good because he's number one. He's not the mandatory, but he's number one. But are they treating him well? Was Danny Garcia at the Mexican convention or was Ken Anshawn? You know? Is Danny Garcia wearing WBC freaking medallions on their neck made of gold? Not the one I got that the WBC gives you when you lose. Not this, just attached to a real gold chain. No, go make this in gold so it doesn't turn black when you're in the pool and wear it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. These fighters need to take a stance because you could get dropped from the rankings, you know. Sean lost to Brook and wasn't even top 15. He loses to Earl, and he's not even top 10. Like, that's insane.
No, you know what? And I'll add to that. It's like sometimes, and maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's like sometimes these sanctioning bodies seem like girls. Like the fighters that treat them the worst and the fighters that like just don't really even care or rep them or give any kind of attention. Like they treat them the best. Canelo, Mayweather, like, I mean, the list goes on and on. These people that really don't care about the belt.
Canelo took a stand. Canelo took a stand. See, people like to say, oh, the WBC, the protection, oh, they love. He said, fuck yeah. He said, F y'all. You gonna make me fight? I'm your guy. I won't fight for your belt and vacated it. He took a stand.
But that's my point. Is it's the fighters that treat the sanctioning bodies the worst, or not even treat them the worst, but that don't cow down to them. They're the ones that get the best types of treatment.
Well, it's
and
public.
Yeah, it's because most of the time they're stars.
No, well, not only that, it's also public. If you do it publicly, like Bo, like Canelo, it's different.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah, you know? Yeah. And some of the people don't have the platform to do it like that. You know, Sean, I think he probably does, but like, you know,
Man,
he's been loyal.
Sean could do it on PBC on Fox. He still got that show.
Oh, that's right.
He
My
just
bad.
did an episode.
You're right.
He could stand up. He could stand up and bring his old IBF because you still get to keep it. And he could be like, you know what? I want my rematch so bad. But these sanctioning bodies have us, the boxers, who without us, they won't even make a living. They won't even exist if it wasn't for the boxers. So he could throw his IBF in the trash on television, on Fox and PBC. But is he? Is he going to worry about what Al and everybody got to say because of their relationships with Daryl Peoples in the IBF? But is Al benefiting from the relationship, or are you, who keeps getting dropped? Where is Sean Porter at right now after having the best fight in the welterweight division? You know? Number 10 or 12? Number 10 or 12? In the IBF, when you were you fought the champion in a unification, no respect is how I look at it, because Andy Ruiz loses to AJ and he's number 5 in the WBC and he didn't even fight for them. So they respect him, and that's how it should be. Regardless if you're in my sanctioning body or not. It's what you do in the sport, not what you do in the sport under my sanctioning, giving me fees. It's what you do in the sport, where you belong in the sport.
Preach it, bro.
No, it's just true, bro. These dudes are vampires, and these fighters don't wake up. And I get it. I get it, because, it's cool to have, a vitrina, with 30 belts in it. You know, a showcase in your house, you know, with all your belts. That's cool to them. That's cool to them. But at one point, it wasn't cool to Floyd, right? He told the WBA to spin off, and he worked out a flat rate with the WBC. Like, when are they going to smarten up? I don't know. When are they going to realize they are the franchise? I don't know, but no one eats without them. But just to end it, Sean Porter's number 10. How's your last fight of unification and you're number 10? Meanwhile, Andy Ruiz is number 5 on the WBC.
That's like some franchise shit.
Andy Ruiz number 5 in the WBO, number 5 in the IBF, and number 5 in the across the board, they recognize and respect Andy Ruiz. But the IBF does not respect Porter. You know? So Porter could defend the title, make it to a unification, and he could just win on what many believe was a fluke until he proves otherwise, right? So it's like these sanctioning bodies are you know, out of control. But I ranted, man. I usually
that was some good points, bro. You know, there's something that does need to have to be done by it. But just returning back, just to let the callers know that I'm a little hurt. I think we're all a little hurt that Shannon Briggs and Mike Tyson wasn't the truth, and that's what I'm gonna be thinking about for the rest of the day now.
It's funny too because we had talked about it. I know we're about to go to callers, but real quick, it's funny we had talked about it last night, Doomy, and like I felt like I was coming across like negative, you know, and it was like the whole time I was just like, yo, I can't believe it. And you had put it in a really eloquent way that I was trying to think of. That's why I brought up last night. But I don't know. It was just hard. It kept getting harder and harder to believe. Like at first it was like, yo, they're giving Mike Tyson $1 million exhibition. Okay, cool. That's seems like in the possibility, you know what I mean? Like it seems plausible. Then it was like, yo, he's going to get $20 million for Bare Knuckle. Like, whoa, what? Then it was like, yo, he's finding Shannon Briggs on pay-per-view. Like, whoa, what? Like,
that happened fast.
That happened fast. Wait, Lesnar's going to be in a triple threat with them? Like, what? Like, yo, it's crazy.
I agree with Rue. Porter is the redhead stepchild of 147. He is.
He shouldn't be either, man.
He's getting, like most people, Winky Wright. You know, a lot of boxing fans are fickle, so they won't remember guys like Winky Wright who had to fight overseas, finally get his just due late stage of his career, and that's what's happening to Porter. Now we appreciate him. Now we're demanding a Crawford fight. But a few fights ago, we were like, oh, man, I don't want to see Porter, man. I don't want to see Porter, man. Porter style, man. Now it's like, yo, I need Porter style to tell me if a guy is great. But that's the sad part, that we're rooting for Porter to give us the tests. We ain't even rooting for him to win. And I say we, generally speaking, Porter's my dude. He's been my dude. That's documented throughout the years.
I see the point, though, you're making. Like, we've gotten so we fell in love with his style and what he brings to every fighter that it's like, yo, you forget to root for him to win. It's like it's just like, yeah, he's the test. Yep. Let's see where he goes from this. But I mean, he really showed
the Sean Porter test, though. That sounds good, though.
That's official. I think if you the test, that means that you getting high level fights all the time,
bro.
The only reason I disagree with that, though, to me, it sounds a little disrespectful because I still think he could beat Thurman. I still think he could beat, you know, the top dudes in the division. Like, I wouldn't pick him against Spence in a rematch, but I would not be shocked if he won. I wouldn't pick him against Crawford, but I don't say that. I wouldn't say he's got no chance. So you know what I'm saying? Like that it's a little difficult to put him in that kind of category because it's like you're trying to place him into that gatekeeper status. And I know that's not what y'all are doing at all. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, for promoters to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like promoters are like toy makers. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got toys growing up, like we had them badass toys. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. We had them really dope toys when we were younger. Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, wrestlers, right? We had all them dope toys, right? And what would happen? You would have these other companies try to knock them off. Instead of G.I. Joe, it was like BC won or some, you know what I mean? Like they was trying to do something like that, whatever. And that's the way that these promoters are. It was like, yo, I want myself a Canelo. Yo, I want myself a Mayweather. And if you don't fit that mold that's made money, they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to my man Jerry Belmontes. You know what I mean? Like he was Mexican from Corpus. He did big numbers. Yo, but he fought like a boxer. He had a very decorated amateur career, and Top Rank dropped him. They were like, bro, you're not getting punched enough. You're not punching back enough. You're out here boxing, and we're trying to sell to Mexican fans. You know what I mean? So that was like that stuff that's BS. But I'm sorry. Let's go to the callers.
Bro, why you took that as a cut your call short? I said after Mario.
Sorry.
My bad.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
Meaning, make your calls count, man. Make your calls count, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, let's get some good calls going today. King Born, let's talk some boxing.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good morning. Listen, man, I like what you said, man. These dudes, they don't stand for nothing, man. These guys don't stand for nothing. Remember Riddick Bowe? He still threw the belt out and still got the fight. You know what I mean? Where's the integrity at? You know what I mean? Like everybody don't want their old to go. It's only one Floyd. But if a dude got 3 losses, we write him off. Like, nah, he ain't no good. Come on, man. This is boxing. This is fighting. Anything can happen in a boxing match. Anything. We've seen it. You know what I mean? And that thing with Tyson, right now, I don't even care no more. I love Tyson and all that. I agree with Chris Lovejoy. Listen, man, if you gonna get him in a 4-rounder and stuff, but then we got to think about this. It's like 30 million people unemployed. So it's going to go back to the old days where everybody paying $30, $40 a fight. Nobody getting no $30 million fight no more because of this COVID thing, man. And that thing with a man you never read, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a blueprint to see what we could do with boxing during corona.
King Born, good morning. Thank you for calling in. Remember the number to call in if you want to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here. And you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. We're going to go out to Long Beach. Let me stay. See, I can't go from the top. Getty never usually ready to go right away. TJ's also another dude that likes to just listen. I be having to bounce around. JT likes to wake up late with the show, and that's okay with me, man. Put your alarm and use us to wake up. But I have to learn these things so that the show flows smoothly. Let's go to King Amin in New Jersey, always ready to talk some boxing.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Before I go to Amin, I'm going to just remind you, I said he's always ready to talk boxing, but who has been listening long enough that remembers Amin got caught thrashing some girl while listening to the show? He was, we got to give him an award for that. Amin, do you remember that shit?
Brother, that was my MO for a couple years. I think that's how, I started tying together the testosterone in boxing. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy, bro. TBV moment.
Oh, my God.
You got to be listening for a while to know these little moments in boxing history, baby.
That was like 6 years ago.
And listen, that's how far we've come. And listen, we don't want nothing to happen to this show, man. So everybody keep it clean, keep it neat, keep it gentleman, keep it buttoned up as best as you can. Yo, the Chris Lovejoy interview, it was pretty good, man. And when I started hearing him, I know y'all mentioned Big Baby Miller, who's on the milk carton. I think a fight between Lovejoy and F.A., that's a good one right there. What about, I think the cat, was it? Is it a cat out of Philly, a heavyweight? You know what I'm saying? We was talking Sonny Bronco.
Oh yeah, Sonny. Is Sonny Canto?
Sonny Canto. Yeah. So I mean, listen, all those fights sound good at heavyweight. I'm not sure if they can be made because remember, boxing is a little bit of politics. And before I end my call, I don't know if this for Untitled or y'all might just be able to answer. Yo, Ness, what happened to Richard Schaefer?
Oh, he's working with Al. He's still with Al. It's funny. He has a fighter, Carlos Balderas, that's still with Ringstar Promotions, but just signed a new management deal with someone. I forgot the name. I just got that info, but don't have anything in front of me. But yeah, Balderas just signed with someone, but it says he's still with Ringstar. So Schaefer's still out there doing business with Al. They haven't made up in their head that Schaefer is the guy that can put together the big Mexican demographic fights. That's why they gave him the reins on. I believe he had the reins on the Mikey Garcia fight, right, with Earl.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously the reins, but Earl Promotions, Man Down Promotion was still co-promoting, but I believe it was kind of like Schaefer that did the whole everything.
He did.
On that.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Because in Texas, a lot of times you need a facilitator of sorts. So, the Richard Schaefer's good at doing that stuff. But like, I read an article. I think it was in Forbes, but now that I'm thinking, I think it was Business Insider. And they had talked about Richard Schaefer in there, and they had they didn't mention boxing very much. They just said, of boxing acclaim or something like that, because he was doing some real estate deal in Mexico. No. It was South America for sure. But anyway, the whole point was that, he was getting paid with this thing. Like, he's making money outside of boxing. Like, so it might, the plan that they had from the beginning that I thought was going to happen was, remember, Richard Schaefer had to wait out all that time, and then he was going to come back and he was going to be like the unofficial official promoter for PBC fights, so that Al didn't have to get a license and stuff like that. But coming back, it hasn't really been like that per se. I mean, a little bit, but not really. So
I think
he's
lost some of his clout, but I know he still has that AIG deal, like whatever.
Yes. Yep.
I might be pronouncing the acronym wrong, but
no, that's right. AIG. Yep.
It's supposedly like I don't know if you know it. Can you help? I don't know all the facts, but paraphrasing, he has the AIG deal is basically, let's street terminology, the plug to the stadiums, the big the Staples Centers, venues. Thank you. So that's his AIG plug. But you're right. His 2012 years, he was much more, or seemed to be more powerful. And that luster has gone down a lot.
It was that team thing. Him and De La Hoya. De La Hoya was the face, Richard Schaefer was the business, and that was a great combination. I think they severely underestimated how much they still needed. Not needed Golden Boy. They definitely didn't need Golden Boy, but the transition was going to be a little more difficult than they probably thought.
I mean, there's a bunch of rumors as to how the story goes, but one of the versions is that they wanted De La Hoya, but he was binging.
He didn't want to.
He was he was more than not wanting to. He was binging and wilding and not being able to play his role. Then they wanted to buy him out, and then he was willing to be bought out, and then he was not willing to be bought out, and then people I look at it like this, right? On the outside looking in, a dude that loves to theorize, if that's right, and I'm a movie goer. I'm heavily influenced by movies. This is my Oscar De La Hoya movie, right? He got with Al. Al, we all know, represents huge dollars. They connected with Richard Schaefer. He brings in all the venues, international savviness, all his banking strategies, all that good stuff. Golden Boy is popping now because Al's bringing in all the African-American talent. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, is bringing in all the Latinos. Then you got Schaefer putting on all the big events. Floyd is with everybody. So everything is happening. Boxing is having, damn, it almost sounded like a boxing bell. What the hell was that?
Two glasses that I just smashed together.
You know, we're doing sound effects with his glasses. Yeah, so boxing is at an all-time high, but then I have to assume Oscar's making mad dough. Someone would have to fill me in what girlfriend he had at the time. Was it the Puerto Rican model? You know, what he's doing. We know that at that time, though, he's partying heavy. The pictures of him are surfacing. There's a lot of DUIs in the media. A lot of stuff happening.
A lot of partying.
Quote unquote. I don't know if this has ever been cleared, but there's a kid named Devin De La Hoya out there that says that's, you know, he's, you know, Oscar. You know, I don't even want to talk too much about it. I remember people being banned. For even speaking of this, okay?
Yep.
You know, the movie goes like this in my head. You know, he's binging, he's partying, he's on islands, he's freaking, you know, he's living that vida loca. And they like, yo.
Woke up
they're
in
like,
New
yo.
York City.
Yo, they're like, yo, we got to get him out. He's killing the company. We got to get him out. He can't be the face no more. And it's like, let's buy him out. And, you know, Oscar's chilling, like, fuck it, yeah, buy me out. I want to sell, whatever. You know, I think the rumor was, what, 50 mil? Something crazy. Do you remember the number? There was a number.
I bet I could find it right now.
Maybe 50 mil was the number for the lawsuit that they eventually put on Al. But going back to the story, whatever the number was, I think that Eric Gomez, Monica Sears is her name, I believe. She went from publicist to VP.
He went from matchmaker. Oh, go ahead.
Exactly. No, help me. If you got details, help me, because this movie is out there. It just hasn't been done. Eric Gomez went from matchmaker to president. You know, so I think they got Oscar and put him in. Oh God, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. I think they got Oscar and like put him in rehab and woke him up, just like movies of
intervention.
Yeah,
people that love you, that care about you.
Threw water in his face, like, yo, you stupid, you about to lose. Come on, we could do this. And they got a new golden boy.
And they you know, the story goes that when he was in rehab, again, these are just the rumors. I mean, some people have confirmed this, but others have plausible deniability. That supposedly they went to him, Schaefer went to him in rehab, in his bed, and handed him the papers to sign over the company for the buyout. And that's what ultimately really, like, I mean, their relationship was already very, very strange. They weren't as close. The media was picking up on it. I remember Canelo Trout. There was definitely some heavy vibes backstage. You know, I wasn't in with as many people back then to really get the what's up and going on. But I could tell you that just everybody felt it for sure. Like it was this tension, and they went to him, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like he was like, yo, y'all coming to me right now? Look at where I'm at. You know what I mean? And at the same time, again, I'm not sure if that might not be true, but at the same time, it might be true. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and by rumors, we mean hella stories. Like it was so much happening and circulating via Twitter and back
articles.
Then, you got to understand, like Twitter is nothing now, but it was like Richard Schaefer back then said he wouldn't talk to you if you didn't have 10,000 followers. So it was like, bro, you know, back then, everything was circulating on Twitter. It's just so crazy. Like, I found Steve Kim on Twitter, and now he's the new Dan Rayfield. So, dude, boxing is so intricate but beautiful and mysterious.
Like a spider's web.
It's insane, bro.
Even the ugliness of it is somewhat poetic. You know what I mean?
Spider's web.
But
bro,
it is a movie.
Like,
for
you
sure.
know that today's show was in my head. It was this show about Bradley. I was gonna bash Bradley, then it changed to like, why bash Bradley? But can I make the title something like Bradley's a hypocrite? And then I was like, damn, that's still gonna be tough. And then it was like, yo, why even talk about, you know, the Bud and Earl fight again? Because I also got topic recommendations like for the Fury fight versus AJ again. And it's just like, I'm so tired of those topics already. But
well, we just need, we're going to get boxing by next month. We'll have some fights to talk about.
Impact Network. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But wait, let me get to
I'm
my
all good.
point. Let me get to my point. So my thing is, you know, Bradley obviously has it made out in his mind that, PBC welterweights are ducking Crawford. But, bro, like, I lived through his career. Like, he didn't retire till I think 2017 or 16. And he fought Keith Thurman leftovers, so, like, he could have fought Keith. He could have tried to unify. He never tried to fight Keith. He never tried to fight Earl. He never tried to fight Danny. He never verbally called out Floyd other than maybe one time that I remember. And let me finish. Because this is the killer point. He is a hypocrite because what he's claiming Earl is doing, he did. He had 3 fights with Pacquiao. He fought Jesse Vargas. Like, he fought no one out of the top-ranked stable. He's totally doing the PBC thing, and now he's calling the kettle black.
Yeah, it's a little different, though, because, Top Rank and Golden Boy each had, some people in the welterweight division, so he had options. Unlike Crawford, who is just completely ran out of options, PBC is really the only well out there for him. But I will say this, too, about Bradley. Back then, I was, and y'all will know who I'm talking about when I talk about somebody in the Laura camp that was very friendly with the Boxing Voice that gave me some information back in 2013 or 14. And I wasn't able to ever write this story because it didn't get to go as far as it was supposed to. But low key, they were trying to make Laura and Bradley at a catch weight. There was offers on the table for that fight. Nobody ever, it didn't ever get anywhere. And even when I went back to the, let's call him the plug of information, he was real low key about it. He didn't want anything out there, but at the same time, he didn't want to tell me off record anything more than what he had already told me. And so I'm telling it all this years later because it doesn't matter anymore. And B, I think that a couple of people have picked up on that as well. But yeah, they were really trying to make that Laura Bradley fight. And it was like Top Rank just didn't want nothing to do with Golden Boy at all. It was supposed to be a catch weight. I mean, they were going to give up everything. They wanted that man. They were fine being the B-side in that fight.
Which fight?
And Laura Bradley. That was low key trying to be made back in like 2013 or 14.
Bro, Bradley,
like I was saying,
that would have been a
I mean,
bad
you already
fight.
know who told me that. You know who told me that. So
I don't, but it's cool not to reveal your sources.
Okay,
and I
cool.
would just say that Bradley would have never took that fight. I mean, he's got a 35%
they
knockout
didn't
ratio.
at all.
35% knockout ratio, but he was totally a top rank house dude. He only fought in house, and he knows what it is for your promoter to have a trajectory for you. If you live through Pacquiao Bradley 1, you know that when he rolled into the press conference, there was already Alexander. There was already a poster behind him for Pacquiao Bradley 2. Now you tell me.
Nah.
You tell me. What you mean, nah? The post-fight press conference.
Yeah.
So everyone, that's why we like, yo, is his ankle really broke? Is this really a robbery? Or was this, why you think I bet on the draw for Wilder Fury? The correlation is that boxing always finds a way to make the big business. So the promoters indicated to me by having the poster the night of the fight. Okay, I've covered fights. You go from the ring to a room to hold the post-fight press conference. Usually you're talking in front of the fight poster that represents the fight, not the next fight. Not the next fight. So, the only logical thing outside of my theory is the matchmakers knew that Bradley would be competitive but get the win, and they, as the promoters, were going immediately into a rematch. So it absolutely makes no sense. Think about that. Just think about that for a second. To think that we are not even going to explore options after
Mayweather out there.
With Mayweather, with so many welterweights, we're just going to immediately. Just think about, there's never been a fight in boxing that the post-fight, the A side is already telling you what he's about to do, let alone that it's a rematch.
Yeah, that was pretty quick turnaround, if you want to say. I think that it was just a matter of it was a shock. and they made, I don't know if they
How
had
did they print the poster?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how long ago.
Come
they
on,
printed
man.
posters,
Listen,
but
you know,
they were prepared for this loss. And to quickly try to clean it up by doing a rematch and making sure that, you know, Pacquiao
And
won.
keep in mind, we use step and repeats. That's not a poster, like I'm saying. That is a fabric that's stretchable, that has to be sent out, printed. Top Rank has to submit the PNG files.
That's timeline.
Yo, listen. I was gonna counter argue that with because I know you don't watch other sports. So like for instance, when the World Series is going on, or the Super Bowl, or the NBA championship, and it's Game 7, or somebody can clinch, they make the shirts and the hats for both teams. You know what I'm saying? So like they're prepared. But in this case, in this situation, the reason why, I mean, I just brought up the point, obviously, but I'm not using it anymore. I'm really just trying to say like what you made me think of. The fact that there were so many other options out there. Like, why would they have held themselves, even if they're like, yo, worst case scenario, like it's a close fight and Pacquiao loses, or like best case scenario, it's the best fight ever. Like it could be great. We're going to do part 2. Like even that, why would you automatically assume that there's going to be an immediate rematch and make that thing up? You know what I'm saying?
And
it's easier and it's cheaper to print shirts and hats, by the way, than what they printed up.
Contract should have had that in there though, the immediate rematch or whatever.
Listen,
so they were probably just prepared for that. Absolutely,
but
those
that's our
posters
point.
kind of give
Listen
you
to
a
me.
thought.
Listen to me. That's our point. That Tim Bradley is the pot. I mean, the kettle calling the pot black, because he was there knowing that a promoter has a plan for you. He went into the first fight knowing he was getting the second fight. Listen, it later came out that he had a guarantee $8 million, which he didn't get. Okay, because listen, right? He signed for the first fight for $5 million. It was in the contract that if he won, he got 8. So he won, but the world didn't think he won, so they didn't want to give him 8.
I never knew about that.
Bruh, Google. I lived through. I don't even know.
No, I believe you.
Listen, and this.
I mean, I'll probably look it up.
You know,
anyway,
I don't like doing shows like this. Like, if I got the contact, I love to call. I've reached out to Monica. I reached out to Bradley, and I reached out to a manager that I know knows Bradley, and he said he gonna definitely get me Bradley. We cool. But yeah, like, I want to have a conversation with Bradley. Same way I have a conversation with everybody. Like, bro, you can't just be out here saying shit knowing that you done the exact same thing. And it was the best thing for his career. He was with a smaller promoter. He was with Gary Shaw and left Gary Shaw after Gary did everything for him. Gary paid to take him all, and he would have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I know for a fact Gary was his promoter when he took him to the UK to win the first title with Junior Witter. You know what I'm saying? And the minute that Top Rank came up dangling $1 million payday, he jumped and went and fought Casamayor and took that Manny Pacquiao deal with the immediate rematch, $5-8 million. Why? Because that sets up generational wealth. That sets up you and your family.
Hell yeah! Listen, and that might be, like if Pacquiao never went to, or left Top Rank rather, I don't think Crawford would be all that much in a hurry to fight Spence. Again, not because he's scared, not because anybody's avoiding anybody, because that's the cash cow fight.
Bradley could have fought
Bradley
Crawford.
Had his, they had theirs.
Bradley could have fought Crawford instead of sparring him.
Yo, he could have fought.
What did Shannon Briggs say?
He could have called out Mayweather. He could have called out Cotto. Marquez was no longer with Top Rank. Like, all these fights were outside of the Top Rank stable, and yet nada.
What did Shannon Briggs say yesterday? If you love me, chant, fight me. And that comes from another fighter said that.
That's real though.
Another fighter said that. Another fighter. I think Deontay was the one to say that, like, or Luis Ortiz. Somebody. I promise you.
Mike Tyson has said that before in sparring sessions. In other interviews on the podcast too, where he talks about, like, me giving that guy that opportunity. I changed his life. Like, I gotta think about. That's why. And that's why Floyd gave that opportunity to Berto. Everybody was kind of saying, like, why Berto? Why Berto? It's like some of these guys kind of earned it, and sometimes you got to feel your fellow boxing, man. It's like, yo, if I turn down a fight or let's say I get injured and the fight doesn't happen, it's not just that one guy; it's the other guy too.
The whole
especially
team,
a
brother.
black American, especially a black athlete that isn't always afforded those chances, especially in this sport. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. I didn't ever really think about it like that. You know me, I'm a boxing fan, so it's like if you're not fighting who I want you to fight, I don't care what the reasons are. But all these years later,
Look,
you're right. That's a great
I'm
point.
telling you, this why I don't excel, because I pat myself on the back too much. But I'm Biggie and Jay-Z. I'm telling you, when it comes to this shit, my memory. Look, I googled it. Bad left hook reports. Bradley versus Pacquiao first fight. 26 mil for Pacquiao, guaranteed. Damn, Pacquiao money been long for decades.
Forever, bro. He got the whole country on his back.
Doggy, 26 mil guaranteed for Pacquiao. We be bragging about these guys now, the AJs and 26 mil in 2012, guaranteed, not back end pay per view yet for Pacquiao, and then 5 million for Bradley. Like I said, wow.
Those discrepancies are crazy. I mean, I understand them as a person that's covered the sport, but just as a human being, that's a crazy discrepancy.
Well, dog, listen, man. I mean, you bring what you bring
Doomy.
to the table, man. Palm Springs, he was selling like less than 2,000 tickets, and
No,
that's
you're
what
right. You're absolutely
that's
right.
what I'm
You're
saying,
absolutely
man.
right.
When you know he had a hard welterweight career. You know, Bradley fought mad undefeated people. Like, I respect him, especially with 35% knockout ratio. My man was out there doing it. He fought. He's got a solid resume. Solid, in my opinion. You lifting your eyebrow? You don't think it's solid?
No, I was like 35%. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's low, bro. It's low.
Wow.
It's low,
That's
bro.
shocking.
Bro, that's why he stood away from one time, especially in his fucking prime. Especially in his prime, he stood away from one time. Stood away from Crawford, stood away from Earl. Now, Earl was further away, especially in 16 when he retired. But in 14, he fought Diego, I believe. Anyway, I'm going down the rabbit hole. Let me get to the rest of these callers. Rabbit hole, my bad. I told y'all, this is why I ain't want to do this, because it just gets frustrating, bro. Like, I got to interview you to just see what you say when I bring this information up. Like, what are you going to say? Like, oh, it was different times. Or, oh, yeah, I see that point, man. But, yo, we can make the fighters. Somebody got to change the way. Nah, why you ain't change it? You stuck with that 3 Pacquiao fight. Yo, that set him up for life. The Marquez pay-per-view, that was just a bonus. The Vargas fight, bonus. All that. 3 Pacquiao pay-per-views in Pacquiao's prime. He's set for life. And now they bring you back to commentate, but you got the nerve to say that those dudes need to cross the street. You ain't crossed the street, not in retirement and not when you was active. You even commentating for them. Come on, man. Like, stop with the disrespect, bruh. Everybody out here for self. Everybody taking care of them and their family. TJ, let's see if you ready.
Champ.
TJ on the 1-2s, just listening. So we going to Stonebone and Colorado. Oh, TJ is talking.
Oh, no, I was just letting you know. I was just listening, man.
Oh,
Enjoy
there
the
you
show.
go. All right. Stonebone, Colorado.
What up?
What up?
Yeah, you know, Timmy is the ultimate company man. He probably look at Bob Arum like Leo look at Al. You know, Leo always be like, man, I named my son after Al. Tim Bradley, he probably gonna name his son Bobby Arum. You know what I mean? His nickname gonna be Arum because I just thought about that. 3 Pacquiaos and a Marquez. Listen, that's more money than most of these guys are gonna ever make in their entire career. That's crazy. That's a lot of bread, man. And Vargas, that's why he's singing that tune, man. He done got probably damn near $50 million out of Top Rank. He's very happy. He's sitting there comfortable. Got his little commentating ESPN job. He's just like a retired NFL player. Them dudes won't say nothing bad about the NFL because they got their little job on ESPN getting paid probably $1 million a year just to sit there and talk about the sport they used to play. And I'm gonna make me a fake Nestor Gibbs page, but I'm gonna start putting fake guests on the show and all of that shit. Since it's so easy. I'm about to make a fake Nestor Gibbs toy and put Bud Crawford on the show tomorrow morning and shit. Then Keith Sherman, then Al Heyman gonna be on the show. The Black, we're gonna have Al Heyman, goddamn. So, man, it's crazy out here, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, man.
Yo, that is funny, man. It is funny how boxing news is, yo. But
Had
yeah,
everybody
bruh, the fact that his pack I keep saying Pacquiao, his Marquez pay-per-view was successful, bro. High 300s. I used to you could find me on this show for years quoting, yo, he did like 275 with Marquez. Bro, one day I Googled it, it was over 370, I think. Crazy.
Price?
Yeah.
Yeah, and back then you probably hear us talking crazy, back when the successful pay-per-views, quote unquote, were doing close to 1 million, if not over.
Yeah.
And we were crazy about numbers and comparing, but it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to Orlando. Majid, what it do?
What up, man? I ain't doing nothing but just listening. Everybody like this show. Show some support. Join Patreon. That's all I got, man. I'm out.
Thank you, champ. Appreciate it, man. Rocking out every day with us. Happy to see you. You essential, man. My man got to keep working too. Going to we're going to New Orleans. Hopefully you up, champ.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Good morning.
Yeah, I heard y'all. Good morning, Alex. I heard you. Ain't nothing lazy over here, man. I ain't working, man. All I do is just work out at the house with my kids, and we just work out all day. So my sleeping hours has changed. So if you want, you want to come over and get a good workout, I work.
Bruh, I bet you're getting jacked.
You heard me?
Yeah,
so,
I didn't call you lazy. I ain't say that. I said
no, I said Alex. I didn't say that. I heard y'all was talking about my sleeping pattern. So
because when you work out like that, you're right. You have to get a lot of sleep, bro. I worked out like hard for a long time. I had terrible sleeping habits, bro. I worked out half as hard as I did. Started sleeping better, bro. I would wake up and I'm like, oh my god, I got abs. What the hell happened? Like, it was crazy.
Let me restart. Let me restart you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for the little speech, but you gonna need the abs and everything for tomorrow, Mario. When that boy Izzy come for your ass, you gonna need that workout because he about to work you out. Nah, but we talking about Tim Bradley or what the Mike Tyson news was fake. I heard y'all say that too as well.
Yeah, they made a fake David Felman account, who is the president of the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships.
Okay.
And they made a fake account and put up that Shannon Briggs and Tyson's were fighting. We got all crazy about it, and then now he's put out there that it was a fake account. It wasn't him.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was. It sounded nice when it came out and stuff like that. And I still favor Mike Tyson, even though a few people came and said Shannon Briggs probably would take Mike Tyson. We don't know. I always thought Mike Tyson was the better fighter. But as far as Tim Bradley, I always been questioning him how he get on these shows and talk about these fighters but he never went across the street. So now he getting on the show as a broadcaster, calling these fighters out. But when did he ever step across the street? So I mean, I agree with y'all on that. But as far as that, I mean, that's all. I'm just listening, y'all. But shout out to y'all. I'm gonna tune in tomorrow morning. I'll be up.
All right, set that alarm, champ. Don't
Got you that ringside seat, bro. So you're gonna sit in the promoter. You're gonna sit in the promoter section. So make sure you get there early, so you can carry your mans home.
He gonna hit the snooze button. He gonna be like Achilles and shit in the opening scene when he just laying and shit, like battle happening and everything.
Izzy in Oklahoma.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
What up?
Doing well.
What up, Iz?
Hey, what up? Mario on mute over there, adding bars to his folder. Nez and Doomy carrying his show on their shoulders. Oh my goodness.
this man. Listen.
Hey,
I'm
Mario,
not gonna
Mario,
lie.
I'm 3-0.
Go ahead.
You scraped by Stainless, and somehow you the champ. Y'all just mad J&J denied your application to our camp.
Oh man, bro. Listen, you listen. I'm gonna be real, and we'll start your time over, bro.
Listen. Come on, man. Say something.
It makes me.
Damn, he
upset.
coming for you.
No,
I gotta
listen.
work, man. I'll
It
talk
makes
to y'all
me
later.
upset. It makes me upset, Izzy, because you had so much potential. Like, bro, you are good. I'm not gonna front. You're good. There's not one bar that I'm gonna spit tomorrow that's gonna say that you don't deserve some recognition. You know what I'm saying? You move fast and you're talented. I'm just, I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at J&J, bro. Like they made the wrong move with you, bro. Like,
I tried
it's all
to
right,
get
though.
him to
It's all right.
sign
Shoot
to
your
us.
shot. Shoot your shot.
Yo,
Man.
Izzy's trying to get the champ rowdy. I see what Izzy's trying to do. He's trying to get you out your game right now.
That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
He's trying to get me to overtrain.
He like Sonny Liston. He like Muhammad Ali in Sonny Liston when he went into the casino trying to rile him up, trying to mess with his head. That's what Izzy's trying to do.
You heard him? He said, "Spit something."
Yeah, spit something. He trying to and he got that Charlo effect right now coming at you like that. See, this is all J&J Promotions are doing. They're always up to no good over there on that side, trying to send their mans out early to get decapitated.
But that's what they good at. Yo, listen, when J&J Promotions talk, they could promote anything because they were making me mad the other day, and it spilled over into the back call. Like, yo, I was upset. I was ready to just start spitting bars at them right then and there. But Izzy, I respect the talent. You know what I'm saying? So like, it don't make me as mad. Like, I'm just like, man, too bad he didn't sign with the right people.
Champ. You're looking at y'all like Canelo right now. You're like, yo, chill, champ.
Yo,
chill, champ.
All right, so we went to Joe, Izzy, Getty, Harlem. Yo, he want that contract for Enrique. Enrique isn't even here. He ducking that work.
Enrique Ghost.
He ducking that work, man. I ain't even talked to Enrique about. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
he said, "Say my name like Candyman, and I come to the rescue."
Say my name. Say my name.
Say my name 3 times. I'll appear like.
Yo, Mario, don't do that no more, Mario. Don't do that no more.
Devil, and
what you say, Getty?
I say, you chanting Destiny Child's lines. Don't do that no more, man. And Intrigue. I mean, I said Intrigue. Yo, Kaz, man, I'm ready, man. Just send that contract.
Yo, I'm ready. I've been ready. I put in miles all week, so I hope you got the tank.
Damn.
That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear, man. So we gonna have a good battle tomorrow. I'm glad to hear that you were sparring because I definitely been sparring myself, man. And so I'll link y'all tomorrow.
I've been sparring,
I don't
I'm
have
ready.
too much on the topic. I appreciate the interview. The interview was a good interview. I like what Chris Lovejoy was talking about. I like that he confirmed that him and Rick Ross is still cool peoples. Because I was a bit at conflict with the interview yesterday. That was like some weird energy. And what I mean by that, I mean that just coming from both sides. From both of the interviewer and the interviewee. It was just an interesting interview. You dig what I'm saying? But other than that, man, as always, salute to TBV. And we putting casual fans into casualties. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we do over here at Greatness Promotions. I'll see y'all on Saturday.
He wasted that bar.
Okay, Greatness Promotions.
Kaz, I mean, I ain't even want to set that fight up. Because I ain't get to talk to you. He came at you live. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine, man. I'm here.
You
You're trying to do that verbal contract.
You want that? Because there's bigger names out there. Let's just keep it real. It's what you want.
Well, all honesty, the fans are sleeping. So if he a tune-up, he a tune-up. That's all.
Nah, the fans think he the one. They trying to say he the one to take Cash out.
Well, let's find out, right?
All right,
Y'all
so you want it then. It's signed, sealed, delivered. You know what I mean?
Delivered, sealed, and done.
Sony, what up?
Yo, good morning, TVV. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, champ.
You're cutting out. You're chopping up. You're cutting
Yeah,
out.
you went R2D2 on us, man. You must have went right under a bridge or something.
Nah, man.
Man,
It's
that's a shame because he came on sounding really good. I don't know
Yeah,
what
and
that
then you
happened.
just went south. Your connection is very bad, champ. We can't hear you at all.
Damn.
Auto tune is off.
That being said, yeah, man. I guess that is the last caller, but
Must have been going through a area where it's a dead zone or something. Champ.
I'm over here with these dogs. This was a task that I didn't calculate.
What?
Dogs, bruh.
Dogs.
They
yeah.
get so attached to you. Like I didn't
know,
remember
bro.
that. I had a bulldog, and I don't remember her being attached to my hip like this.
But are they like attached, like lapdog attached? I mean, I couldn't even imagine you having to sit that thing on your lap and
Nah,
like,
they straight up to the leg.
Bruh,
They next
Okay,
to
okay, cool.
I'm not putting them on my lap. That's Doomy. Doomy be wildin'.
I love my animals, man. I get, what I mean, I get
Doomy.
all crazy, but
My dog
Ness
sleeps
lets his
Canelo
dogs.
sleeps on me.
Doomy
Ness-
got him on the bed with him chilling. Like, yo, let's
Don't let the dogs on the bed.
Honestly, my dogs
Oh,
are
you're a
always. My dogs are always is clean as fuck, but
Clean, right? Yeah.
the benefit of Ness and his dogs environment that he lets them out, and I'm talking about, bro, they play for hours.
Awesome.
Hours and hours. I'm talking about they get all muddy, dirty, and all that stuff. I mean, he wipes them down and everything, but they get to live that life, that crazy life, which my dog would love it too. But I don't have a backyard right now, but I got a nice little porch, and I got like a grassy area that I could just walk out my building, and it's like right there. I let him run.
I don't have a big backyard, but the problem is we got a couple houses like next door to each other. Like my dad's got a house, my brother, we got work being done between the houses. You know what I'm saying? And like if I were to let them in the back, like they could leave. And I don't think they would. That's the thing. Like they're too scared at this point. I know they would come back, but I wouldn't want to risk it. You know what I'm saying? Like I almost lost Canelo one time. Yo, I swear to God, I jumped in the car. I was like 100 miles an hour. I'm banging on people's houses at like 10 in the morning, bro. My dad calls me up. He's like, hey, where you at? He's like, you want breakfast? I go, Canelo's lost. He's like, she's right here in the bed. I got her. I was like, what? Dude, I was out for like 30 minutes, bro. I didn't talk to that man for like a day. I was like,
bro,
I went great.
I can't deal with that. But let me get back to
rest in peace, Kimbo.
Sony dropped off. Damn, Sony. I'm gonna call Sony back.
What was it?
My first dog. I mean, not my first dog, but my dog that passed away recently, 14 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, Kimbo, man. They at the time I was living in a street where it was like a lot of traffic, especially after school, and everybody was getting to know the puppy. He was a puppy at that time. It was like, oh, Kimbo, look how cute he is, and he would go to the gate or whatever, and the kids, would touch him. And one day he just disappeared, bro. They grabbed him up. Bro.
I hate them people, bro.
I went, but check
I
it, right?
think everybody got a story like that, though.
I do too, bro. Hate them people.
It happens, bro. And like they took him, bro. When I tell you, I came out that house, and it was like that dog for real, dog. I went nuts, just like you were saying. Like I ran down the street. I'm on Elizabeth Ave, East Jersey. I'm on 3rd. I got in my car. I'm pulling over on kids and shit, like teenagers, like yo.
Yeah.
And I'm telling everybody, bro. I lost my dog for a week, bro. I was sick.
Found him?
I found him, bro. I was sick. And then there's like that dog came to me from like a friend of mine. He's actually doing life right now. He might get his case overturned. But shout out to Nafi. And I got him in a crazy ass way. They sold it to me, and like his father was popular. The father's name was Trigger, and he was like an ill ass dog in the hood and shit or whatnot. And I had the word out. They ended up finding him, bro. And some some crackhead sold it to some other guys who was doing their thing in the hood for some crack.
Untitled.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know it would have been Untitled better.
It's a long-winded.
No. I'm gonna get to it. This is what happened.
Yeah,
It's incorporated. Shout out everything.
Yo, is Mario writing the script to this one?
I'm condensing a week.
He Ricky Ross on the bunk, laid up, telling his story.
Yeah.
I just got
Point
that.
this matter is, I got him back from these dudes. I met up with him. My dog was in his back, Lexus. And when he opened the door, I was just like, Kimball, come here. He just ran to me and got next to me, man. And I was just like, man, how'd you find him? He told me the story. And yeah, I just got him back. I ain't had to buy him back or nothing. Because you know how they get in the hood. Nah, you got to buy him back. Something.
On Sunday.
But they was official.
Yo, Monday Untitled. This what it sounds like.
I know, right?
This is what it sounds like when Doom me cries. Nah, we all. Yo, I got my dog stole too, though. But I ain't gonna take y'all down the long road. I had brought Skype back, thinking that our good friend Sony was gonna still be there. We got no boomerangs. We could end in SGTO, Instagram, and Twitter. I scheduled Joseph Diaz for Thursday. We got Chris Algieri Tuesday. Woo. We got Dillian Price from Mayweather Promotions and his father, manager David Price on Monday. We got someone else at 10 o'clock on Monday that Doomy thought I double booked.
Joey, my man Joey Spencer.
Joey Spencer from where is he, Michigan?
No, well, isn't he in Nevada now?
I don't know.
Yeah, Joey Spencer.
Yeah.
Yo, these shows be long in the morning. I'll be having shit to do, man. I actually, when I stepped away, I did my whole unemployment follow up and took a shower and shit like that.
Nah,
man.
I hear you, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
We had a discussion about that actually.
We
got some stuff planned for next week.
We ain't go to info.
We went to him once.
Yeah, we went to info once.
Info came back with info on tomorrow. He gonna drop around.
Nah, info had a question. I don't think we ever went to info.
Info said nah.
We only read his question. We never went to him.
No, we did go to. No, we did go to Info Joe. We did. I promise you.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Good morning, my boxing brothers.
Good morning.
What's up, champs?
Joe, what it do?
Hey, everybody out there listening, make the boxing voice your choice. #1 pound for pound. Join Patreon. Yo, great interview this morning with Chris Lovejoy, man. Man, I would love to have a heavyweight champion from LA, man. I know how Stone Cold feel with him being from Omaha and having Crawford, and both from Bamlin having Wilder. Man, can we get a champ from LA, a heavyweight? Shout out to Chris Lovejoy. Hey, I'm looking forward for tomorrow's battle. We got Texas versus Oklahoma, and we got Mario versus Izzy, and we got Getty from Harlem versus Cass from Brooklyn. Two New Yorkers. Harlem versus Brooklyn. And for sure, we got some freestyles for y'all tomorrow from myself, Stainless. I hope and Jay from Colorado. And I hope somebody else call in, man, with some good freestyles, man. That's all I got. Everybody have a blessed, no stress day. Like I say, TBV, pound for pound, #1. Make the boxing voice your choice. Peace.
10 a.m. in the morning, Saturday, Eastern time.
That being said, we out, man. Catch us on the next one. You never know when we coming through, what we gonna do.
Many blessings. You know that Ness is gonna be testing. Bars is ready.
Save that for tomorrow.
Italian style, eat you up like spaghetti. Meatballs was never ready.
Enrique about to get a body bag. His name is Getty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yo, at Mario Mogi on Twitter, at Mario Mogi on Instagram, but at Money Mario tomorrow.
Come Saturday, don't say I ain't tell you them Oklahoma boys wasn't ready.
Like Getty.
Whoa, Getty's from Harlem. Harlem.
I said like Getty, not ready. Strap season has begun.
Oh, he said strap season begun. That's it. That's it.
Yo,
We ready.
I gotta be a promoter here. Hey, Izzy, I think you got Mario shook. He over here trying to get curse words approved.
Come on. Yo, first of all, I'm trying to see how good you are at your job. That's first of all.
Nah. Listen, official internet rules. Official internet rules. If you Google rap battle, the internet says no cursing. That's why we was cursing in the beginning.
Cursing, but I'm saying like there should be a warning for the first time.
Why? So you can let one slip?
On accident if I do.
So you trying to say you strategically throwing low blows then? Come on,
no, you don't want to
because
then it kind of interrupt your flow.
You sound dirty right now saying you want one, so you is gonna let it slip on purpose, which means you is throwing. I'm not. You throwing a foul punch.
Listen, if you want, we could submit our whatever we got, and you could check it out to make sure it's cool. But you'll see.
Izzy. You must be the more talented rapper. Like the fact that you arguing to curse means your rap is dependent on foul language. With Izzy coming at you with just talent.
All right, man. I guess I gotta make a believer out of my promoter now.
Yeah. I'm about to say
you ain't gotta make a believer. You ain't gotta make a believer out of me. You ain't gotta make a believer out of me. I'm just a good promoter. I'm not. Oscar that sits up there with something typed that someone said and it repeats the word tremendous a bunch of times.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, Mario, let Ness, gas Izzy like Getty.
No, I work both sides of the crowd. I work both sides of the crowd.
Yeah, he's worried about the gate. I get it, but I do big numbers, so it ain't nothing. Look, I'm good then. Y'all, we could take it down that road then.
I mean, if you gonna do me, you gonna have a world premiere tomorrow or what?
Yeah, Cash, I will, man. I'm gonna have to write something down. I gotta take responsibility.
Doomy don't even got time to write, bro. He ain't gonna write. He been writing something forever. I'm receiving messages saying Mario ain't ready. See the sales pay-per-views right here. The sales pay-per-views
I'm good with that. I'm good with making believers.
Listen,
every
you got
time.
a body.
Cool.
You got to body Izzy so that the next one's pay-per-view. You can't keep fighting for free out here, man.
I got a new rhyme flow. That's for sure. I worked on my flow. That's what I've been working on. I could rhyme Poland Spring with you out the door. Like that.
Whoa,
you know what I mean? Real quick, strap season in the full effect. You got your GED.
Stop freestyling, yo.
You got your GED. Go ahead, finish that. Do me.
GED. But you like Pavetkin, PED. You ain't got nothing for me. Chill, Chizzy.
Chill, Chizzy. I'm out, man. Bye.
We spark
right here. Why y'all killing it? I'm out.
Peace.